on top of all that, you're still going into Doom and Grip. And those are generally difficult spells for the Marcy to play into. Like, you leap in this fight. If you just get gripped for 3 or 4 seconds, I feel like your team fight's over because you're so dependent on getting the unleash hits in. So that's another concern for me, is like, you're playing this IO Marcy, and this Marcy is mostly a BKB dependent hero, mostly a first 5 to 10 seconds of the fight dependent hero, and there's some big spells on the side of OG that can ruin your day. Let's see if Nigma can get off to a fast start, though. That would help a lot.
No, he missed the play. These throws, he get the grab on a Stormstormer here. Stormstormer, get him in the end. He's going to be traded out from close. Bona, Daisy's next up, though. 2 for 1 so far. DH, he's the next target for OT to finish him off. 2 kills so far. Maybe a third. Dad slowed down. Another flame break coming up. I think they got him. Come back into him. And
what a bloodbath.
Finish him off. 3 for 1 with the first blood. They get the ward as well. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better start. When it comes to the drafting battle and Kuro and No Tail, they have to step aside now and let the next generation take over the rest of the battle. And boy, did Nigma Galaxy strike hard.
I even got the D-word on top of it, so they all got XP. They all got gold here, and they will get 3 bounty runes as well. This is a over 1K gold lead.
This is starting off as it's a 63-37 matchup already.
They already won according to Gaben. That's not bad. I mean, this Pango's already half a level to 2. The Puck's at half a level as well, compared to 0 XP on Stormstormer because he went down first. Pretty brutal for this mid matchup. Pretty brutal for the safe lane here of OG, as this Pango's gonna have such a crazy net worth start. Man, that is not what you want.
This is a lineup that's going to be based around momentum. You couldn't ask for a better start for Nigma Galaxy.
No, 100%. To be honest, I'm not even sure they are supposed to win that 5-on-5. I think OG were just kind of scrambling and didn't play it really well. Like, you took the Timber Chain over Whirling Death, which could have done some serious work there around all those trees. And you have like Resonant Pulse, you have Scorched Earth. I'm not sure that was supposed to be as bad as it was, but either way, you got outplayed, outmaneuvered, and now you're in trouble in this laning phase. That is a lot of golden XP to give away for almost nothing.
What's even more curious is Mixa has, like, he goes for the Twisted Chakram facet. It's not like he's one of those Timbersaw who goes for the Timber Chain facet with the tree split out after you cut one of them down, right? So there was extra incentive to go the Whirling Death there, and he still opted for the Timber Chain. A decision that may haunt him as this game 1 started looking really good. Watching like Noob just he's already 6-2. We already get a couple. They're going after Kadaro now, who does not have heal yet, only level 1, so he's just dead. A 4th kill for Nigma Galaxy, as the break apart of the lanes is favoring them as well. Samael is taking it to Stormstormer. He's got a decent advantage there. The only lane that really should go well 100% has got to be this Timbersaw lane.
He's in the best position. It's just, this is a lot to give away in this lane phase. They're going to have to climb out of this hole and hopefully still find some action with the Enchantress roaming to these other lanes, because that's going to be your best bet to equalize some of these differences, right? If you can get some ganks going, get some numbers advantage moving around the map, could be nice. If the lane pressure's there from Nigma Galaxy, could make that a lot more difficult. And we'll have to see what Kadaro can get going there. But yeah, I don't know. I still feel like that should have gone better. Like, we don't see a lot of people take the Timber Chain level 1 either, because the level 1 damage got nerfed a lot. Like, this thing does 45 damage level 1. It's like one of the lowest damage nukes in the game. So even though he got like 3 or 4 chains off there, okay, you hit him for 45. Like, who cares, right?
Didn't it used to be the most mana to damage efficient spell in the game? Didn't it do like 80 or 90 damage?
I think at one point it literally did 100 level 1.
And now it does 45. Oof. Yeah. Kadaro.
I mean, that is how broken
gets the heal off this time. He's fine.
It was at least 80. It might have been 100 in one of the patches. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it used to be 100 for 60 mana, which is just stupid. At least 45 damage for 60 mana is more reasonable now when it has a 4-second cooldown.
Much more.
Another toss back top. Dave's in big trouble.
He's got a Fairy Fire, and he will live in part because of that. But yeah, I mean, this Marcy IO, they put Mixa in a little bit of danger earlier. They do have the damage of the Timber Saw, but he doesn't have the tank yet. So IO Marcy is still a dangerous duo for now. As the lane goes on, I have to assume the Timber Saw takes over the lane more and more, but they're going to jump on him again. Got the grab on him,
from such a
Timber Chain.
bad position.
He's got another Timber Chain coming up, and with the Nightmare out on the Marcy, he's fine.
Like, he's having trouble standing in the lane to get the levels right now because there's just so much extra regen and resources for this IO Marcy. Like, they both had full stick. This Marcy has full wand now, plus you won the Lotus. It's a lot of extra HP to get through. They're just continually abusing him.
Fakes out a Timber Chain, does manage to get it out this time around. Oh, okay, Ghost whiffed on that rebound jump. That was a little awkward. Combine the Nightmare, and they get a disengage.
I mean, we are seeing right now how much these level 1 plays matter. As this laning phase is all Nigma Galaxy right now. And it's just so much a product of that level 0 clash. I mean, Stormstormer had to go to Fountain here, come back with 2 wards on him. You assume one of those will likely get de-warded when you see this many on the mid laner. Big trouble for OG in game 1, already down 3k. That is not often you see a almost 1,000 net worth lead built in the first 3 to 4 minutes of the game. Like,
yep,
pretty disgusting.
It's rough out here. There's a big difference between this off laner net worth.
Oh yeah, this is the kind of game where if you don't carry it as noob, like, you're never going to get a better game to carry. He is so far ahead.
As it stands, gonna have to wait for the Void Spirit to hit level 6 in order to try and change some of these lanes.
I mean, again, this is the downside of like him flying out both ops. Like, Sumail instantly attempting to de-ward one, so you have to deny it yourself, and then you still have another one on you, and Sumail's just holding a sentry. So I feel like taking both ops mid is going to kill some of your vision on the map right now.
Yeah.
Nigma Galaxy, they're going to look for this 6-minute power rune because they know they're way stronger. They're just running the Enchantress down top. This was supposed to be your gank.
Tornado away. Kadaro turns around, blood grenade, GH. He's going to get bursted by the Whirling Death. Big damage and nice rotation from Kadaro. Needed something to upset the way this laning phase was going, so.
Absolutely needed that. Will sacrifice the power rune to Sumail, but I think that was inevitable here, and it's not the biggest one, so you're okay giving that away. You'd rather just try lane top. Like, this is the biggest thing in the early game for OG. They got really set back on it, but you can still put these ganks into the Marcy. It's still a very susceptible lane to being ganked out here, especially if you have some good creeps. Centaur Conqueror is not too shabby here. They're up very far.
Yeah, a little bit of body blocking there from Omar. Bumps back Kadaro. And goes jumping on him to finish him off. They get the stun onto Daze as well. Gets a toss back there. Maybe a little 2-for-1. And if the Timbersaw comes in, Sumail is immediately going to pounce on this one. They might kill the Timbersaw on top of that. Nigma Galaxy just swarming it.
You're looking for the Wisdom Shrine too. Stormstormer, yeah, you've got to jump for it. You had no choice there. Expensive price to pay with both of the steps, though. He's going to give the shrine actually to supports, it looks like. OG just cannot afford to fall further behind in this support battle.
Yeah.
Brutal start for them coming into this day. Probably had different expectations, right? You're like, we're going to come in swinging, play some fast support duo, get our Timbersaw last pick. We're going to have a great early game, guys. And then, bam, absolutely slap down here. Eight-minute power rune be the next objective here in this early game. So I feel it's pretty difficult for OG to contest. Brought the Pango over.
Stormstormer, he's going to try with his 20 magic wand charges, but it ends up being bottom. Nigma Galaxy will collect. They'll kill Mixa again. The pressure is really amping up in this top lane.
He just has no game. He started too far behind. just cannot find his presence. Not enough points in armor to survive any of this, and Ghost is just so far ahead. This is what the IO can do. He can just accelerate games out of nowhere. He's already level 6. Reload online at 8.5 minutes. That is absurd. It provides so much threat on these coils. Okay, we'll get a little Doom, and that is something you can always look for in this game. But you're losing a lot more on the other side.
Oof, you really are. It's building up to be way too much from Stormer. He's going to try and come in at least with the IO kill. Pull back on the 8th one, then feather up in 1 second. He actually is getting a little bit away. And now with the Rolling Thunder coming in, oh, this could be really rough. They jump onto the Timber Saw. Oh, they're separated by the cliff area. Meeks gets the Timber Chain still, though. Noob's on top and hits him with a Swashbuckle, and that'll finish him off. Ghost with the dominating streak. Ghost's Marcy is just rolling in the dough now. Him and Noob are, I mean, they have such a large net worth lead over their respective cores.
Not only that, the experience. This Timber Saw is level 4. Now, what is he supposed to do in this game? And this is a hero that we've seen be amazing for OG time and time again. Just completely shut down here. Lost his tower. Didn't get any XP off the shrine. Will just hit level 5 now. This is rough stuff for Mixa. He is going to be in Recoveryville for a while. The rest of the team's going to have to pull some extra weight, try and stabilize this game.
Dad is just all over the map, man. Nigma Galaxy, when you start getting ahead with an IO lineup like this, just going to get worse and worse. Map,
He just got
start falling apart.
just straight reload on, no setup. Just okay, that easy. There goes your carry, dude.
Dude, they're trying to help him out here. They're not getting this kill fast enough on the back line. And now with Trail, Stormformer is going to burn out. He can even chase after this fourth here, and he thought it was. Nothing is free. Nigma Galaxy making sure there is a punish every single time OG makes a go. They do not get the Bat Rider. They lose 2 heroes, and it's going to be a third with Ghost chasing after Daze. Oh, almost got the grab on him before the Nightmare. They wake him back up, and now they pull Daze back into his doom.
Diffusal's already done on Ghost. The mech is done for GH flying out right now. Diffusal's about to be done for the Pangolier as well. You're already behind, and now you're about to get all your mana burned out, even if you try and enter these fights. That is not where you wanted to TP, son.
He TPs and they have a ward, and Kadaro just back-to-back deaths. I mean, Nigma Galaxy, they're just seeing red, man. They're just running at him. I mean, dude, Pango got that kill, made immediately TP bottom. Now he cleared out a creep wave, but they also are kind of putting the Doom under threat. The Bat Rider might come in and help out, but it's just like constant, man. Nigma Galaxy, see hero, run it hero.
They have reload back up again. They want to just reload on this Doom. Does have Doom available, so it's a little different this time, but you can absolutely just force this issue with how strong you are. This is an absolute shellacking right now. We've seen some one-sided games, but this has been the most brutal game for OG so far. They have got to find something here. They're looking for the reload. Kind of idling top right now. There's the coil to set it up.
Relocate coming in. And stunned in silence for just too damn long. The Void Spirit, normally a relatively elusive hero, but it doesn't look like it against Nigma.
Just can't stand on the lanes to even recover this game right now. 14-minute Wisdom Shrine. If you don't get that, you're going to be in massive trouble. And GH will plant the ward for it. You know Nigma Galaxy are going to think about this as it comes up here in the next minute or two. And there is Diffusal done for the Pangolier, so both are going to be on the field right now. That is rough for a lineup with core heroes that need their mana. Like this Timber really needs it. The Doom really needs it in this early game. See if they can find the IO pair. They're smoked up. Pretty good angle.
Got the Doom on him. TP's already coming in. Nigma Galaxy, they're going to be able to fight this one out. Marcy is really not in trouble, and if anything, OG, they got to get out of here now before things get worse. Get a grab on Omar. Quick turnaround with the help of Miksa. They do manage to get that, but their Doom is faded away. On it goes. Got a Fiend's Grip on the side, but the Bane is not here for long. He's going to get taken out by Samael. They'll chase after Godaro. Once again, a situation where OG, they try and make a move, but Nigma Galaxy, they always seem ready to counterplay whatever bit of aggression comes out from OG and punish them time and time again.
This Marcy's just too tanky, too far ahead. You can't kill him and the IO there. The IO is already a mech, level 9. Just don't have the damage to bring them down, even with the Doom. It feels like you have 1 or 2 more attempts to stabilize this game left here. If you don't get something, I mean, this is the 14-minute Wisdom Shrine. You have to contest this if you're OG.
Yeah.
There's no way you can give it up to 2 heroes with your entire team alive.
Nightmare back. Samael is trying to make his way over here. This time they might have the numbers advantage on OG. Tether away. GH still
Not
gets some
like
distance.
this.
And now Samael is here. And soon the Pangolier is going to be here as well. OG are just going to lose Shad. They can't even kill the IO and get it away. A coil goes out searching for more. Ghost is going to leap after them. Oh, Nigma Galaxy are just fearless, man.
They're still trying to kill GH. I mean, this is ridiculous, man.
The Bane might just get him here.
They got him.
He will take out eventually, while Godaro, he's got a lot of those little whiffs healing him up, but they don't heal him up enough. And then Daze, who may have gotten that kill on GH, they finally do get it, but how many times have they gotten 1 kill and traded out 3 or 4 heroes for it?
What a game 1 here. Can't ask for anything more from your squad here if you're a Kuroki. Way to start this series and really set OG's mentality back. Now they are really going to be under the gun. This game continues like this and you have to go game 2. See if they can find any sort of team fight. Doom is back up. Do have Kaya on the Timber, so you do have some damage to work with right now. It's not impossible to kill people, but as we saw, it is very difficult. Your best bet is still probably smoking and trying to find this IO pair. You have Grip, you have Doom to throw into the 2 of them. No Rolling Thunder for 30. They're going to find the Marcy and just get the Doom on him. It's not too bad. He's gone.
Yeah, quick kill, and now Noob isolated with the Fiend's Grip. The relocate's coming in. He's going to relocate him out on that Fiend's Grip. Noob will be okay for now. Samael, he makes sure that they're allowed to disengage with a nice 3-man coil. A bit of a silence, and Nigma Galaxy actually they're running back in at them, trying to save the IO. They don't want to give up this IO for free. A shield crash hitting multiple heroes. Meanwhile, Stormer's still trying to finish up GH. They get him in the end. Noob almost has the kill on Shad. Not quite enough, though. And the body blocking from Godaro helps Swashbuckle a little bit more. Shad, he's making a run for it, but now the Rolling Thunder is going to activate. Meanwhile, Omar gets taken out by the Timber Saw. Shad makes it through the bridge. Noob carefully maneuvers his way through there, and he's lost sight of Shad. Not sure where he went to. He's in the trees and will successfully teleport out. OG, finally, they managed to make a team fight work for them a bit here.
That's a huge fight. You got 3 kills, but those were massive kills to get. Big streak on that Marcy. He was a 9x streak. That's 1,500 gold going into Stormer. 3K. Just like that, you cut this lead by a third. You have to respect the big ults here if you're Nigma Galaxy. Like, they're still very good against what you have. Get caught out, getting a little too over anxious in this game, and there's Radiance done for the Doom. More damage coming online. This Ags for the Void Spirit's not so far away now. That was probably the best hero to collect that Marcy streak on.
Yeah.
So now he has a chance to finish this item. Unfortunately, BKB is already done for Ghost, but you still have Grip to put into him. BKB does not make him truly invincible in this game.
Taz back. Ult activated. Ghost. He's going to go for the quick kill onto Daze. Self Nightmare trying to buy him some time. He didn't have Fiend's Grip anyway. BKB now activated with the lasso onto the Timber Saw. Another death. It's just too hard to fight this Marcy once she's set up for the fight. And with the coil, they'll get an extra one. It's just every single time, almost every single time, it just seems the fight snowball. They get an initial kill, and then OG no longer have the damage. They get broken. A relocate for a 4th attempted kill. Almost got him there.
That was very close on that teleport out. I guess the upside for OG is the Void Spirit wasn't in any of that, so the Ags will be done here for Stormstormer. Maybe you can look for something with that. But the warding from Nigma Galaxy is just decimating OG. They have not found these obs deep on their side of the map and just setting everything up. I say that, well, there goes that Ags timing, delayed again. He's like 50 gold off. Very sad.
Oh, no.
This is one of those games you might just sell the Windlace, get it, and go smoke or something.
Yeah, seriously. 12,000 net worth lead for Nigma Galaxy.
Looking for another group connection on this Marcy. Man, they are tentative to go in here. You can see not a lot of confidence in pushing the smoke deep on Nigma's side of the map. Might find the Pango alone.
They're going to spot him. He immediately knew he's going to defensively rolling thunder. He knows that if he's seen, the initiation could be coming his way. He doesn't know if that's going to be him getting doomed or him getting silenced or fiend's gripped. So it's a safe call, but it does leave them without rolling thunder.
And the Ag's done for the Void Spirits. Feels like time for OG to try and make something happen here. Sumail's going to TP up. I mean, Nigma Galaxy are completely expecting this.
Jump into Gadaro, quick burst. The response from Stormstormer, two-man silence, immediately BKB used by Ghost. Meanwhile, Sumail jumps into the back lines, they blow up Shad, and they blow up, oh man, anybody that the Marcy gets her hands on, they're just dead. It takes like 2 seconds for her to blow up any of these cores or supports. And then Sumail is always able to make sure there's an extra kill somewhere in there with the coil.
Sumail did a really nice job just jumping the Bane there. There's no ability to sit there and grip this Marcy during the BKB until your Doom's already dead and your damage is gone. There's a little shard for the Isle. Interesting.
All right, up 16K. I guess the hard part is going to be Nigma Galaxy. Like, how effective are they at closing out the game? Their lineup is pretty terrible at going high ground, but you know, gold kind of cures all wounds.
It's not hard when you can just go in and lasso somebody.
True.
The second that guy gets lassoed, it doesn't even matter if Omar can drag the guy out or anything. You're just gonna jump him and just pop BKB and kill him. As long as you have a cancel for the grip. Pretty confident going in here as Ghost. They're eyeing up the next Wisdom Shrine as well. Shad, I think he's gonna die for this. If he doesn't give it up, he will give it up. Might die anyway.
Oh. He sees the Shrine of Wisdom is taken and says, okay, I'm backing out here. Back to the Midas, see if he can finish up that BKB in the next couple of minutes. Nigma Galaxy, they're free to take Roshan whenever they want, but they don't really want to slow down the tempo of this game too much, I think.
Nah, Rosh doesn't matter too much here. You just keep killing people.
Coil into relocate. It's a death on anybody on OG who gets caught by this combo, unless they're going to set up a trap around it. And even then, it requires Fiend's Grip to be up. That's the only thing that can contain this Marcy for now. Found both supports, lasso hung to the Bane.
I think that is kind of your only way back in this game is if you bait some people. Like, you're not going to find any just aggressive play on your own. You have to take advantage of the fact that Nigma Galaxy are going to continue to reload into these plays.
Well, that just puts Doom on cooldown. Shad actually does get away. That's crazy. Sumail backed out there, and I guess it gave Doom the opening to just run for it.
Oh, there's a Rosh, though. Doom on cooldown, no ability to contest. Not that there was a lot of ability to contest it. His IO shard's pretty good at doing Rosh. Decent heal off it. Not too shabby.
I see what you mean.
There's an Aegis for Ghost to play around with. I don't know if he'll need it this game, but he's got it.
Coil grab, managed to nightmare through the coil break there. Decent play, but sadly, decent plays do not get you back in this game. It is a near insurmountable lead from Nigma Galaxy.
What a stomp. It's almost, I almost feel bad that we didn't get to see this be like a normal game, because I was actually very curious to see how this OG draft would have done, but they just got raffle stomped, and that happens. You know, props to Nigma Galaxy. Absolutely came out guns blazing and just destroyed him in that first 5 minutes, especially that rune fight. But if you're OG, you are going to have to, you know, reset here and be like, all right, we didn't get to play an even game from the get-go. We messed some big stuff up. We got routed. But you can't overthink it and just think everything you're doing is wrong, right? So,
yeah.
That's got to be the takeaway here, even if it feels pretty bad in the moment right now. See if Nigma Galaxy can cleanly close this game out.
Just pickoffs all around the map. I don't know what OG's items look like or have to look like in order to put up a team fight against Nigma Galaxy. But whatever it is, they don't have them, and they're far away from them.
And honestly, the only way they win a fight is if you get some Doom grip connection on Ghost, and none of that gets interrupted, which probably requires BKB on the Doom, because he's just getting completely manhandled, and that is a long way away.
And it requires the Bane to be in such, like, they have to dive so deep in that the Bane is so far back that the IO can't cancel the Fiend's grip, which I think is kind of impossible. And if it's not him, then it's a Rolling Thunder, right? That's going to be rolling in. Because if you have to use the Fiend's grip on the Marcy, that means the Pango has a free fight. The point of this Bane was to stop the Pango. And it seems like the bigger threat is usually the Marcy that he's having to use the Fiend's grip on. But damned if you do, damned if you don't. Sold the Midas, got the BKB on Doom.
Yeah, it was closer than I thought with the Midas sale. So that gives you an opportunity to go in here, survive a little longer on Shad. And this Marcy is begging you to go on him, but he has Aegis.
GH is already backed out, though. So if they go on Ghost, he's just going to get relocate saved. So they reset a little bit. The Rolling Thunder got used. If OG can get out cleanly here, but there's really no chance. Somebody's going to get caught. Either it's the Lasso or it's a Rolling Thunder, or maybe it's both. The Fiend's grip stops the Rolling Thunder, but now that just leaves Days behind as the rest of the team retreats.
No chance to win that fight when you run into Ghost and he has Aegis. If he doesn't have Aegis, that's a very different story, but you still have 2.5 minutes on the timer. That's a rough time to go looking for that fight. Yeah, it's probably going to be a lane, maybe 2 here. Use the grip on that as well, so now you don't have it for when this Aegis is going to expire. Well, it'll be pretty close, but you're going to lose most of your base by then anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, Gabe says they still have 8%. It's not bad.
All right. 8%. I wonder what those at 8% looks like. Is that 8 different 1% chances taking a team fight?
Well, it's probably seen some of the games Nigma Galaxy throws, you know. It's like, this game's,
true.
This game's not completely over yet.
Gotta give him a chance.
Still 50 seconds on his Aegis.
Got the Lasso, grab back. Doom doesn't have buyback. So, again, whenever the Doom is dead, pretty much all your team fight is gone, and GG is going to be called by Days. He wants out of this game. He wants to move on into the next game, because this one has just been a beatdown from the jump, from the initiations. But I don't know what early to mid game, it is going to be a little bit difficult, I think, for Noob to find his identity in this game.
He's very comfortable on the hero, at least, and that goes a long way. And you did just stomp him game 1, so you've got some good mental momentum, you know. Maybe that'll help out here, but I doubt you will get as good a start as you did in this game 2 as you did game 1. Like, OG they're gonna go as 5. They're gonna be ready for the fight. Their level 1 is way stronger this game, so you can't really catch them off guard. In fact, if you're Nigma Galaxy, you need to worry about the reverse, that you don't get first blooded into some runes here, because your level 1 is a little weak here with this Ringmaster Naga going into like the 3 cores OG has: Monkey running at you, Doom running at you, potential Whirling Death, Dual Breath going in.
Yeah,
it's pretty nasty. Whereas Drow is likely not going to contest a rune aggressively. Puck's not offering you the most early damage, so I like OG's chances a lot more to come out ahead before the lanes here, and that is infinitely better than what happened previously.
Yeah. OG, I mean, they're already sticking together, and I imagine we're going to be seeing a late smoke. Now, we'll see if OG has the confidence to, like you said, they're favored in the first blood fight. We'll see if they actually go over the river and try and take the fight to Nigma Galaxy, because this might just be a positioning just to make sure, hey, guys, if they run into us again, we're going to be at least, I mean, they were kind of grouped up before. They just didn't seem mentally prepared for the assault that ended up happening. So hopefully they're ready for it. But Nigma Galaxy, I think, unlikely to play for that. Much more likely to spread out, I think, try and get the 2-2 or maybe in 3-1 bounty split.
If they get the 2-2, I think they're happy with that. Like, nothing happens, they get 2-2, they go in lanes even. It's kind of best case scenario for this lineup. Not going to look for that crazy 5-man smoke.
Timing wise, when do you feel like either team is favored? We'll start with OG, since they're down in this series. What would it take for them to push this to a game 3?
Just good timings on the Stormer Monkey King. Like, all eyes on his timings in terms of how fast you can get the fighting items up, right? If whatever that first item is on the mid monkey, to me, is the most important. Like, how fast you can get that out and what you can do on your way there. Can you contest wisdom shrines with this hero? Right, 7-minute, 14-minute wisdom shrine, super important if you can fight around him. If you can take away the power runes from the enemy mid, if you can gank him a couple times or pressure him in the jungle, these are all the big things that can set up that mid monkey's game and get him to that first item in a really nice timing, and then he can just either accelerate his farm or start to take the fights over even more. So I'm really looking to him to have a good game. He got the last pick here. He got the matchup. He got a really good hero for the game. He can scale. He can fight. He can run around and make plays. A lot of options open to him.
It looks like the players are discussing whether or not we can have a remake. Must be having some ping issues here. A little bit of spikes, it seems like.
Ping is full.
Avery, how many times have you been one game away from elimination for a TI qualifier?
I don't remember that. Probably most of them, to be honest.
I actually feel like it's the opposite. I feel like most of the time you guys were clearly the favorite.
I guess NA had a lot more slots back then too.
Yeah.
And because the EG stack got invited.
Yeah, exactly. There had to have been one time where it's like you and like, I don't know if TSM was a thing back then, but like the third best NA team versus you guys as Quincy Crew or whatever you guys' name was at the time. Did you ever fail? Did you ever miss a TI through the TI qualifier?
No, I personally didn't.
That's my boy right there. Man comes through.
I mean, I don't know how much that says about me and how much that says about North America as a region, but
we could just say you're clutch. We could just say you're clutch. That's all. All right. Apologies, everybody. We are going to have a bit of a remake, it seems, here. So we will hopefully be able to speed this game along. Man,
I did lose a lot of qualifiers for majors and other big stuff like that. And
okay. Well, I mean, TI is the important one, though, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, especially back then.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a couple other things to play for that are at least in the same wheelhouse. But back then, it's like, man, nothing came close because it's a $20 million tournament compared to, like, other than the 1 year you had all those $1 million majors. That was pretty nice, but.
That is true. That is true. There was a lot of money spread out on that year. I feel like in some ways that year set up some people just to be able to cruise along in a professional career for a few years. The money they banked.
What are you accusing there, man? That's a bold accusation.
Well, I'm just saying maybe some players would have dropped out. if they didn't make as much money as they did in that year, you know, because of that year, there was a lot of money spread out to like, it wasn't as top heavy, right? There was a lot of money being thrown around, but it was also not as top heavy because it wasn't all filtered into TI. So there was a lot of those like the minors, right? There were teams winning minors and making decent money for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, not all those ended up paying out, but you know, it worked out for most people, I think.
Yeah, it worked out for most people, you know.
Honestly, though, I think most Dota players would play even if they hadn't made as much as they did, they would have kept playing. Honestly, that's my gut read. I think most people who play Dota and end up playing professionally just play it because they genuinely love the game, and playing professional Dota is super fun. And even if it were a lot less financially viable over the last 10 years compared to other esports lane, I don't think it would have made a lot of people switch from Dota to another game. Now there might have been people who didn't pursue professional esports entirely, right?
Yes,
I think that
would be my assumption.
But I don't think anybody who did would have like, oh, I'm going to go play League or something because there's more money in League than Dota. Like, I just don't think that guy really. Maybe there's one or two dudes, but
there's one or two of them, and they're in Southeast Asia, and they switched to Mobile Legends. Bang bang.
Well, I mean, that's just a great game. I mean, we saw what Seb's able to do. Like, that's very reasonable. You know, that's a fine title, but like,
and now Seb's joined them, so
yeah, you should have switched a long time ago, I guess. Like. But you're not gonna go down the ladder, right? You're not gonna go from a great game like Dota to the doghouse.
Exactly.
So, I think TI means a lot, but it's not just about the money, you know. It's about the pride and proving that you are worthy of contending against the best here in the best game out there. So,
and we've seen plenty of players were so dedicated that they went through strict poverty, right, to be able to keep competing. There was that story about Jo and the old Rave squad from Southeast Asia, where they were living off of eggs and only eggs because, you know, it's the cheapest thing they get for protein. And we had Febby, of course, he was known for being homeless for a bit. Blitz also was homeless for a bit during his time in Korea. You know, a lot of players kind of put everything they had to be able to keep playing no matter what the economic situation was. But we're back into it. Game 2. We have bounty runes about to spawn. We're not going to have any sort of first blood shenanigans this time around. So it'll just be a 2-2 split, which you said is favorable for Nigma Galaxy with the weaker level 1. OG not going to have the same kind of advantage that Nigma Galaxy got in game 1, but I'm sure they'll manage to weather through.
It is worth a sigh of relief here for OG, though. You know, like, we didn't get decimated twice in a row.
I mean, we'll still see how the lanes unfold here.
Yeah, particularly this Timbersaw lane, because I don't think Mixa really got to play his hero at all. So this will be a more even starting position. Hopefully, he can do a bit more with it. And you know, that monkey puck lane can always be something that you gank or look for if the monkey gets a little bit ahead or has some extra Jingu stacks to play with somehow if the puck messes up. So those are kind of the two lanes I could see being explosive here, whereas this Doom Centaur lane to me feels a bit more farm heavy. Maybe you get to run down this Ringmaster with some dual breath action and stuff, but I don't see Nigma Galaxy pressuring Shad with this safe lane Doom, with this lane. Just not enough overwhelming damage, I think. And Scorched Earth can always push the wave out. You can play for the pulls here. Pretty tough to contest the pull against Jakiro. Should be a nice lane for OG in the safe lane.
Getting low, Daze. Oh, that final arrow comes through at the right timing, right as the foul play sort of wears off. Ghost takes some damage in return, but not much Mixa can really do. There's your level 2 timing. And Nigma Galaxy, you said eyes on this top lane, and yeah, it's a tough lane. Naga's Iron is a lane winner. It's tough to be able to deal with this hero if you're the Shadow Shaman. And obviously, Drow Ranger kind of has a free setup for most of this lane.
I still feel like that was a bad death to give up. Like, you died to a level 1 Naga with Mirror Image. Basically didn't have a real spell. I don't think that should happen. There's Omar going down, though. At least OG finds something in return. This lane is going really well for them. They are abusing this Centaur heavily. The lack of early armor just getting beat up with this high base damage dual lane.
I feel like I say this a lot, but I really mean it this time. Jakiro Doom, I don't think that is a beatable lane. I feel like that
Pretty
lane has
tough.
so much damage that it's pretty rough, especially in this level 3 timing when you have level 2 Scorched Earth.
You can outplay this lane from a sense of like if you don't give up kills and you get a good equilibrium, you can farm there. But in terms of straight up killing them or getting aggressive, yeah, very difficult to get that sort of lane win. So far, this is a game of Dota for OG. They get to play this time around. It's a stark improvement, and the lanes are not going too bad. Like you gave up that first blood, but overall, your Timber's having a better time than the Centaur by a little bit, and get to level 3 on Miksa here. Can maybe put some pressure into the GH Naga, kill him on the side, something like that. Again, this Naga's not going to be able to do much to sway this lane because the illusions get cleared and you're not putting too much early nuke pressure into Timber. This matchup is pretty sad for Naga Siren. That's why we saw OG pick it up. This could be a triple lane win for OG. Imagine that, going from that game 1 to a triple lane win. Crazy times here. See what Nigma Galaxy could do to try and skew some of these lanes back to their favor. They do get double water rune for Sumail. That's super nice here. Stormstormer not getting that early monkey pressure you would have liked here. Though it does have the boots up and does have a level advantage. He actually opened up half a level in Sumail, which is pretty nice. As the nukes coming in on the top lane, but I mean, pretty tough to find a kill here, I think, if you are Nigma Galaxy. Almost level 4 on the Timber. You got the Lotus as well. That's a nice pickup. Sal back up on the Shaman, and you're doing pretty well here. Just keep clearing through the illusions. GH is going to be sad. In fact, you got to be careful on the overextension. Okay, that is way too late of a shackle there to find anything on. Drow is getting fat in the early game. 26 CS. 1 kill. Not too shabby. That's going to be the leader here for Nigma Galaxy, as the other 2 cores are the ones suffering. So we're going to see if Ghost can power through this on his own at least. And what Stormstormer can do. 3 points up in the Jingu right now. Would love to connect with this. Either on the puck or somewhere else on the map, though. No points in the tree dance. Your rotation potential is not going to be the greatest. Oh, Shad, he got the chain lightning too. Oh man, this safe lane for OG. So scary to fight into. I mean, at this point, you might just leave the lane, look for some power runes, look for some action top or something. You get this Timber low. He is very low. Needs another chain. TP. 1 more hit. They could not get it. Oh man, what an escape. 6-minute power rune spawns, and they do not get the power rune on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Illusion's taken away from the puck. It's a little bit of a win here for Stormstormer. He just continues to farm. And I mean, Nigma Galaxy have just abandoned this off lane. The noob now looking to cut the creeps, pull the wave, dodge this big chain lightning doom. Not a fun matchup for him. He is behind net worth wise, but on par with the Timber. So actually, this game is pretty even overall. Just everybody trading out relative to their respective peers. But here's going to be the big move for OG is Wisdom Shrine contest with the Monkey King. 3 points Jingu. Wukong's command available. Omar, I don't know if you know what's coming for you, but you're about to find out, because this is going to be both Wisdom Shrines going OG's way as he whoopee cushions to his life. That was not a fight he wanted to take. That'll be both Shrines going OG's way. That's a Huge win for them. A couple extra levels on the XP. It means they can put some more XP into the Timbersaw as well, who's suffering. And looking for the Wukong connection on the puck. Is this enough damage? Oh, wow. What a pickup from Daze here. Finally getting this Monkey King on the board as well. As Mixa continues to be elusive in this top lane. Bring 3 heroes. Still can't find him. This is going to be a lot of damage going into the mid-tier 1 if no one wants to rotate here as well. And you're still not offering any pressure in this offlane. The Centaur just unable to stand against this Doom, who now is Doom available plus that Chain Lightning, so you're going to have to rotate the puck back at the mid. Look for the 8-minute power rune if you can get it. Would love to get an amp damage or a haste or arcane, something useful here. Do get some damage trade on top tower. This is pretty nice. Catapult timing. Drow Ranger. Marksmanship up. That's a hasted Shadow Shaman, though. What a monster. He's just going in. Gets gusted up. Body blocks coming through. Stampede to bail them out of the situation. He actually got the shackle, but he didn't think he was going to get the shackle, so he canceled it himself. And Big Bad Shad showing up with the Chain Lightning. That is not a fight you want to take into this Doom early. Nigma Galaxy, lick their wounds. Get the hell out of there. That was a very aggressive push with the missing power rune on the map. If that had been a haste rune Monkey King, that's a very different story in terms of OG cleaning that up. Can't help but feel like Nigma Galaxy got away with some luck on that one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Room for Noob to farm with the Centaur, but fight's still breaking out. Daisy wants GH, he wants the Naga Siren. He will not collect them. He will instead pay with his life. Overextension here as they bring the Drow Ranger back in. And Mixley's got no mana. What are you doing up here, OG? That's the question you have to ask. There is no play with a 0 mana Timbersaw into the lane that Nigma Galaxy are always going to defend the most. If anything, you want to rotate with this Monkey King. Get Stormstormer in the fight. Wukong's back available. That is just a bad overextension here. It's Nigma Galaxy evening out this game once again. As there's nothing to look for in this mid lane anymore, and Noob has just been jungling. So if you're winning this top lane as Nigma Galaxy, you just keep bringing heroes here. It's way better than trying to fight into the Centaur lane that felt impossible to begin with, and this Timbersaw is just continually getting shut down. I feel like we saw Mixa level 5 2 minutes ago. He's still level 5. Another little attempt. Oh, this guy Doom him? Okay. Yeah, why not? Just Doom the Naga Siren. Stampede. He will still die here. But at least you will not see him die. That's a moral victory. And looking for level 6s on these two supports. They can get the ward up plus the macro. That's a lot more damage to put in. That is not the guy you want to go on here if you are OG. Better rotation top, though. That is a big move for Stormstormer. Every time he can connect with the early Wukongs in this game, so it's going to feel great. He's having a way better time this time around. 66 CS, 2 kills. That Diffusal Blade, 500 away. This also gets his Timbersaw back in the game. That might be the bigger factor here for sure. Be able to take this tower down on top of it. No last hit, though. What are you guys doing here? Somebody's got to get this. Come on. That's just embarrassing here. 1 game away from TI and missing tower last hits. That said, way better start for OG. I mean, you look at these net worths. Doom is cruising. Might is done. The farm continues to pick up. It's a really solid position for OG as just looking to pressure in the lanes, keep farming up.
Is this live?
Holy crap, that scared me.
Oh, no, hopefully Cat's going to be back in a bit. He's having some internet issues. Good job on the solo casting though, Avery.
Oh yeah, that was very tough. It was very stressful, not gonna lie.
Well, I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. My job's kind of chill. Was it tough? It's easy.
It was a little tough. I'm glad you're here. That's all I'll say.
Anyway, what's going on? I've just run up here. I've just finished my pizza super fast so I could hop on and stand in when we wait for Cap to return. What's happening? We've got a close game at the moment, which is nice to see, Avery, because that game 1, honestly, for anyone else out there who ordered pizza for game 1, it was disappointing. The pizza arrived halfway through.
True.
The game was over. You know, this one, if you've just had your pizza arrive for this game, you ordered at the right time. So if you're sitting there at home with your takeaway in front of you, this is going to be a good one, Avery. Because so far, close stuff up top. Shaman's dead. But, you know, if anything, that's going to get it even closer. Less than 1k gold difference at the moment between these two teams. Exciting times, Avery.
Absolutely, but this is an actual game in this series. I mean, better for your pizza for sure. This is the kind of game you can watch and eat to, and be on the edge of your seat, right?
Yeah.
So much better outcome this time around. And I mean, the fact that you have Stormstormer actually playing Dota, whereas he didn't even get to play it. The Monkey King's looking good. The Doom is looking good. Your Timbersaw is still having a rough time, but way better early game here for OG. And now they can start to take some fights and look for some play action, getting some stacks up as well. They're even gonna smoke here, trying to get the Monkey King involved. Diffusal already done. He is super strong. He can get on top of anybody in this game.
Let's see what they're able to find. GH, if he is around, we'll have the song at the ready, but Smooth coming into the jungle could catch Nigma Galaxy off guard. Depends how deep they want to go here with this play. Ghost is going to show on the wave. Do they want to try and wrap around and go for this? Tier 2 dive? Did you go for a tier 2 dive? Or was a little too cheeky?
I mean, you really want to here, right? This is like the best connection you're going to find. It's too tempting to turn down.
TPs are coming in. They'll lay down the shackles of the Wukong's command. It's a very dead drown. A beautiful balance strike comes down between the two of them. Sets up for Stormstormer to get the double.
Well, I mean, what is GH doing there? TP's in to just insta-die.
They wanted
Didn't
to
even
sing,
have
right?
mana.
He just... Well, would he have not had mana to sing? Well, then
Yeah,
that's
he had like no
unfortunate.
mana. He got mana burned out and just couldn't song.
But
even if he
did
songs.
it. Yeah. He did it with heart, though. You know, and that's what we like to see from GH. He'll never give up on the teammates. He'll try his best to get there
That's
and help
true.
out.
That is true,
Samel,
yeah.
though, dead in the river. Suddenly it's a 3k gold lead for OG. Though that last minute was not a hot one for Nigma Galaxy.
Oh, what a map movement from Stormstormer. He goes top, kills Drow, kill GH, who was trying to help his buddy, couldn't resist. Put this diffuser to work, rotate mid, and then kill Puck and take the rune. Yeah, this Monkey King is out of control. The Radiance is done for the Doom. As one-sided as that game one was, it's kind of looking to go the other way, potentially.
Oh, dies. Okay, it's going to be fine. Hey, what's going on with this anyway, Avery? I don't know if you talk about that. Why has he got this facet? Where's his big snake?
Well, not everybody can have a big snake there.
No.
So sometimes you got to take the chicken fingers. I mean, the
that-
biggest factor
yeah.
is it's Naga Siren illusion clear, right? Like you want the extra illusion clear around the map.
I mean, that's fair.
Feels
That's
really
fair.
good.
But that big, it's so strong. I can't remember the last time I saw someone
know,
took this
I
facet. Has OG been doing this in the other games, the upper bracket?
I've seen it a couple times.
Okay.
It's not
in
as
the lower
uncommon as you
bracket,
think.
never. It was always the big snake.
Really?
Always the big snake.
That's
yeah.
maybe it's because there's big snake players in the lower bracket. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true. Yeah, you got to get through there. It's tough down there.
Yeah.
But we're in the
You
lower
gotta
bracket
bring out
now.
the big guns.
Maybe that's going to be the downfall. He's not got the right facet for the lower bracket. This is the lower bracket final, Avery. We'll
Maybe
see.
he doesn't think he's in the lower bracket. Like
That's true.
He's not a lower bracket mentality. He's always playing in the upper bracket. You know.
I guess, yeah, well, that's
That's
the
a good
thing, right?
mentality,
OG, this is their first experience in the lower bracket, but, you know, Nigma, they've been kind of born and bred here. You know, they made the run
That's
for
true.
this. This is their territory.
Also, they know the meta. They know the lower bracket meta right now.
Yeah.
OG's trying to. They have to catch up.
Well, let's have a look.
All right,
So
that's
far,
fair.
so
That's
good this
fair.
game, though. 4K lead,
Oh,
and
yeah.
indeed, this Doom's farm is getting out of control. Someone's going to have to do something about Shad. It's got to be feeling good for Shad as well. Obviously, that last game didn't really get to do. I mean, the team as a whole, right, didn't really get to do much. But coming in again
it's a
with this
rough one.
Doom, this time smashing the timings, probably hitting some of the faster timings we've seen on Doom this qualifiers.
Oh, he is absolutely jacked. 2-0 start, 150 CS. What's his GPM? Almost 600 already. This is where this hero is just absolutely terrifying because nobody out farms him, and he's just gonna go in the fight. He's gonna doom your Puck every time you get the chance. Just the easiest target in this game. You can stampede away, but even with the stampede song, if you get the Wukong out, if you drop the wards, I can still see people just dying in the stampede song this game. To the ults thrown out by OG. As long as you get on top of heroes and just throw them quickly, teamfight's gonna look good for you.
Well,
Do you get the Blink Dagger done for Noob and Nigma Galaxy? They're gonna try and do something here because this game has been out of their control for too long.
Yeah, if they can find the Stormstormer or Shad, it would be pretty ideal. Stormstormer, though, he's not sticking around any longer than he needs to. He's already out of this area of the map, so unlikely Nigma Galaxy get a catch down here as OG not showing any interest in trying to hold on to tier 1. They'll drop down a scan, just in case they're finding anyone, but as it is, it's the Roshan pit for OG, and they go.
Nice little move. Outmaneuvering Nigma Galaxy right now, getting the bigger prize off the map. You can try and smoke and find us. We're just going to do Roche with the wards. Power of the Shaman. Even if it's not the Mega Ward. Gets the job done. And put this Aegis on the monkey. He's super strong. Turns into Roche, takes his heart, and...
Oh, damn, look at this!
Oh, he gave it up.
I feel like when you get to be Roshan, you got to stay for Roshan a little longer. Just enjoy your moment. That's the Roche, but indeed, Stormstorm's having none of it. He's ready to return to being the Monkey King. Get this pressure up on the top lane. They can look to try and threaten the tier 2. We'll see what Nigma Galaxy do. Because if you're Nigma Galaxy now, there's this Monkey King on the other side with an Aegis. Are you going to try and go for another smoke move to still try and see if you can get these solo pickoffs? Or are you kind of just sort of signing out of the team fights for a while and just trying to get your next round of items?
It just looks hard to make the moves because your damage is... It's so dependent on the Drow coming in and dealing the real DPS. Otherwise, your damage is the Puck spells plus what Omar can do. And that's kind of it. And if you run into these tanky targets, you're not guaranteed to just kill them with that. So you really have to find the Monkey King. He's your best option on the map. And of course, he has the Aegis and it's a Monkey King. So your odds of finding him are pretty hard. He's just out of there. This is another failed smoke. This is costing you so much time in this game. But you're trying to use these blink daggers. I mean, you can understand what they're looking for here. Just tough to find it on the map right now.
I guess at the least with the moves they're making and the way that OG is avoiding them, it does mean that it's, you know, OG, they're not really pressuring the Drow, so it's giving some good space for Ghost to sort of keep up, not with the Doom, but with the other cores. You know, Ghost, his progression is still pretty good. He's about to hit level 13. Once he gets the Hurricane Pike, he'll be that little bit more slipperier in the team fights. So, you know, that 4K lead, it was a few minutes ago, right? So far, it hasn't grown during this Aegis timer. You know, if they can continue to play like this Nigma Galaxy, make sure they don't lose any of the tier 2s, for example, during the Aegis, I think, you know, they're making the best out of a tough situation.
They're not getting what they want out of the blinks, but they are stabilizing the game. And you're right, that does count for a decent amount here, particularly when you have these Drow lineups, because this is not a hero you're expecting to, like, win the early mid game over, right? You kind of want to go later. You want to scale up. You want to take fights when Ghost is ready to take them, and when he's confident to join them with the defensive item timings, the Hurricane Pike, the Manta, the BKB, whatever it is. So they are okay with this kind of stalled out game, especially GH on the Naga. I mean, this Naga thrives in these type of games where you're just pushing out waves, but you cannot get caught.
Yeah, Daze up top, drops the Serpent Wards, the Wukong's command out. Noob just gets completely destroyed there by the damage output that they have. They get the kill, and OG, we'll see where they want to head next. It's going to be towards the Tormentor, very nicely timed. They should be able to pick this one up, and so some big items coming around the corner for OG. We've nearly got the full Aghanims on to the Timber. So yeah, good luck sort of killing the Timber Saw. I mean, this is going to be the problem, right, for Nigma Galaxy until Ghost turns up to the fights, having the damage with the 4 other heroes. Too. Yeah, they'll get themselves another here, Stormstormer. He's just up and down the map. This is the thing. Yep. If you start to come onto OG's side of the map, OG will find you.
Oh, 100%. I mean, this monkey has insane map mobility with the tree dance, plus he's going through the gate. He's involved in the smokes. The shot, honestly, this Daze Shaman has done work this game. Like, he has found a lot of pickoffs. He's given him Roche. He's given him help with the Tormentor. This guy's just powering through the objectives right now, and his blink is flying out. So his threat just went up a lot. Like, you talked about Nigma Galaxy struggling to bring down OG's heroes. I mean, you're about to get gone on a lot more around this map, especially if you can't take some of OG's heroes off it right now. It's a very scary part of it. I mean, look at this Monkey King. He is not
just goes back in on them. He's like, oh, there's some heroes here trying to do something. I'm just going to jump in and see what happens. He's got no fear here on the Monkey King Stormstormer. Still with a minute left on the Aegis.
His BKB is done? Yeah, it's flying out. That's insanely fast here. He's going to be level 15 with BKB. 21 minutes in this game. That is pretty terrifying because your BKB control on the side of Nigma Galaxy is nothing. Yeah, all you can do is song it and then try and kill the BKB hero during the song, which might be doable here, but that's a tough ask. And now you're just getting smoked at.
Omar Can he bail his way out of this? GH might be in trouble as well. They'll deal with Omar quickly. Dave's getting a beautiful jump there. The song will come out to try and buy time for Sumail to escape. GH able to make sure that Sumail lives despite that great jump from Daze onto the puck. GH likely to pay with his life, though, as Storm is able to push on beyond the tier 2. And in fact,
they got the puck anyway.
Look at this guy go! Daze
insane.
on the Shaman. He don't need no big snake facet. You're absolutely right. This guy's crushing it. And now diving into the base. Well, you've got to be careful with the dives. Both of these teams, they've experienced a dive too far sometimes. But this dive from OG looks like they're getting away with it. Stormer Hill now up for the BKB TP out. Ghost, can they finish him off for the Chakram? They can't. Okay. That's, you know.
That was pretty deep. That was pretty deep and pretty greedy.
I mean, Sumail did have to buy back, but yeah, they'll take that. Nigma Galaxy. It gets OG pushed back. They get themselves a couple of kills. And as both these teams, something about these teams, sometimes they take it a little too far.
I would agree with that. That said, I would still prefer that OG play like this than more skittish, right? Because I think this is a game where you have a lead and you can continue to snowball it and just completely run the enemy over. And honestly, like you said, you got the puck buyback. That's not even that bad of a trade, right? Like, you did some serious damage to Sumail here. This Centaur is not going to scale into anything crazy right now. So if you debilitate the puck, then you're really looking at a one-core lineup here out of Nigma Galaxy, and that is just Ghost on this Drow. So all you have to do is itemize and worry about him, and you can continue to build the lead here. We'll see Manta done for him, so a second defensive item, and we're going to see Nigma Galaxy smoke and try and use it here. But again, who do you want to run into here if you're Nigma? The Ags, Timber, or the two other cores with BKB?
Well, it's got to be the Monkey King, right? Storm's BKB is still on cooldown for a little bit at the moment. Shaman. No, hit one of them. And they turn this into anything else with the Stampede. They've got eyes on Kadaro. Moving across, they're going to take down the Jakiro. Storm's going to jump
nice
in.
strike.
He's going to get a good angle here for the Wukong's command. Down in the midst of them all. Ghost will be able to force away with the Hurricane Pike. Turns back over towards the Timber, but with the Ags up. No threat at all. And Shad, he's got his hands on GH. Nigma Galaxy have to scramble out of there. They try and see what they find. They do get 2 support kills. They only lose the one themselves. And you know, Daze coming in with a buyback as well towards the end of that. So, all things said and done, not a terrible hit for Nigma Galaxy to come in with.
As long as you get Ghost in and get him out, I feel like any kills are pretty good. You're closing in on the Centaur Ags. That's going to help him a lot in the fight as well. This will be a utility Centaur. So you're hitting some timings here as Nigma Galaxy. I mean, not the big core kill you wanted out of that, but you take what you can get. Shaman buyback goes a little way to improve your morale here.
At least now for Nigma Galaxy, they don't have to be concerned about any Aegis being in play. Might give them the sort of the strength to try and see if they can catch OG split up on the map. 10k behind. Sitting back's never going to feel good here for Nigma Galaxy. As OG just continue this Doom, just see if they can do anything about him. Sumail's going to be in with the jump, but hasn't really quite got anyone else near him. And now Shad, in fact, is coming straight for Sumail. He's considering dropping down the Doom. He will.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's in with the Doom. And Sumail is going to regret poking the Doom down there as they just turn and kill Sumail. And that's him dead for 70 seconds, Avery.
That's a dieback right there on the timer. They lose another courier. I mean, just don't poke the bear, right? Like, this is not the guy you want to mess with unless you're bringing the whole squad. You pay a big price. Again, the quick response time from OG, particularly the Stormer Monkey, feels like Nigma Galaxy are just not ready for it or not respecting it in this game. You can split push this game. You can rat it out. You can hit your item timings, but if you keep bleeding heroes around the map like this, it's not going to yield you any sort of position to turn the game around. Like, you're making Ghost life harder and harder every time you lose couriers and heroes off the map. And there's a Shadow Blade. Another very aggressive choice for OG in this game, but one I can absolutely see paying off. Like, you just Shadow Blade in with this monkey and start a fight with dropping Wukong on somebody. Pretty brutal for Nigma Galaxy to deal with.
Ready to start bringing the push in on this bottom lane. Get that tier 1 that's stood for quite some time if they want to pressure on for it. Roshan is up, so definitely something that's going to be on the minds of both of the teams. OG, of course, in this spot where it'll be a little easier for them to set it up themselves. Oh, look at this Stormer. He's on the hunt, and he's found GH hiding in the trees. GH will try and slide away to safety with the Force and the Glimmer, and it will work.
Okay.
I want to say it will work.
Actually gets out.
Yeah, not able to get enough damage in to kill him off before the TP, so GH will survive. And off the back of that, Nigma Galaxy trying to catch Stormstormer off guard. Coming in with a smoke wraparound, anticipating, in case Stormstormer does take this route down the side of the map.
Well, look at this wave. I mean, they're thinking this guy, he's not going to turn down 4 range creeps, right? But they actually abandoned that play.
Yeah, they're getting cold feet. I mean, the TPs are coming over as well. Shad is in the neighborhood.
Although they want Roche. This is very aggressive.
Yeah, you can't get the Roche, and surely not. The Stampede's there. They have to bail out as soon as they see Shad. Yeah, the Roche attempt was a bit of a hopeful one there from Nigma Galaxy, one that they don't get very far into. At the least, they don't lose anyone for it. And that was Shad committing in with the BKB. So now that they know the Doom's BKB's on cooldown for like the 80 seconds, maybe they can try and get the jump here, Nigma Galaxy. But OG, they're pretty prepared.
No, Daze is just going in. These guys just don't have fear, man. They're just going in.
He
just drops the wards.
He's just ready to play.
I mean, this is not going to yield anything. It feels like Nigma Galaxy are getting some stuff out of OG in this Roche defense sequence, whatever you want to call it. That's some gold for Ghost. He's going to clean them all up. That's like 300 gold for the Drow. Not too shabby.
That's coming very close to the BKB now. Just about a recipe away from it on the gold. Samael seeing what he could see out there. Stormstormer is equipped with that gem ready to ensure that the Glimmer Capes won't save anyone again if he gets their hands on him.
It's a big item for him.
Yeah.
Especially combined with this Shadow Blade. Like, he's a big vision threat around the map. He's just in again. Like, his man just doesn't care. Oh, he got his tree cut.
Oh, he did. Is that going to be enough to get Omar? The Stellar Cards, he comes in, noob! He's able to drag Omar out of there. The combination of the tree cut and the Aghanim save from noob coming in on Omar. Omar survives.
How? There's no way he should survive there, dude. Like, what? You gotta watch the timber chains into these fights.
Oh,
what a strike!
Oh, that was nasty. Straight down the middle here for Stormstorm, catching the two of them. And use the Stampede to try and get away.
Gotta catch something here.
I mean, they're using the BKBs and stuff as well. This Mixer's BKB popped. They're not getting anything.
They get nothing.
And Nigma Galaxy's even teasing back at them. They jump back in with the Who Stomp onto Mixer. Ghost laying down the multi-shot from the side, jumping from Samael. They're keeping Mixer relatively low. I mean, they are not fighting like a team that's 13k behind here, Avery. They're pulling some moves in Nigma Galaxy.
I don't really understand how they're just getting out of situation after situation. I mean, that was a 2-man boundless strike in with a solid Wukong, but it feels like every time you engage, this Stampede or this cart bails that target out. And you don't want to commit all of your supports in and just get songed into some clump. Kind of an awkward spot in the game for OG. You have this big lead, you're way stronger. We can see them playing super aggressive, but you can't find the control and the lockdown to convert on these kills.
Yeah, next fight, Ghost is going to have the BKB. Oh, yeah, they weren't able to use this lead that they had to sort of, get the chance to find the kills in the midst of these team fights. They don't get the Roshan. Roshan's going to now move down to the bottom half, which might play a bit more favorably to Nigma Galaxy if they can get the setup around here. Because, yeah, BKB on Drow. I think Nigma Galaxy's happy to try and find another fight. OG's going to come looking for them with the smoke. See if they can get a quick pick. Because, of course, with this lead still that OG have, as soon as they sort of get one core, it's going to snowball very fast back into them getting the Roshan, getting the push going. Yeah. So, still in a very tense spot for Nigma Galaxy. But doing their best despite the advantage that OG have. OG, not going to find GH. They're just going to make the jump onto an illusion.
Nice break from GH there. Knew the position exactly, and it's another wasted attempt here from OG. This game is just getting stalled, and you have a puck farming top. You have this Roche that's on your side of the map now, that BKB for the Drow. Little things going Nigma Galaxy's way here. I feel if you're OG, you can just go in the pit, drop the wards, and threaten the Roche. And you can just BKB Wukong at the end of it. Not allow for a sleep steal. That is always an option here if you feel like your aggressive attempts are being thwarted too much. Force Nigma Galaxy into you instead of trying to chase him. That's where the Centaur's a lot weaker. I'll be really surprised if they don't back up and force the Roche right now after they claim this hill. This looks like the time to do it.
Nigma Galaxy. Can they? You think they just don't have the time to sort of head to the pit now?
I mean, your best play at this Roche is to sleep and go for steals or something. But again, they can just BKB for it.
I mean, GH might. You're right. He's close, but nah, Roshan goes down too quickly. OG able to secure the Roshan, get the Aegis on Stormstormer.
Really tough contest there. When you lose all your vision of this Gem Monkey, like, you just don't know where the Shadowblade Monkey is. You don't know if he's in the pit or he's around the pit. In that case, the Doom was kind of lurking outside of it. It's a very tough approach, and that Song Steal's not even guaranteed. So you rather just keep your heroes up, pushing the map. You gotta remember, that first Aegis period didn't work out super well for OG, right? It kind of got stalled out. They found some pickoffs, but then Nigma stabilized the game. So you want to get a bit more done with it. He's looking for GH, won't find him. Pesky Naga, man.
Yeah,
And there's a gem up on Nigma's side too. So Sumail running around with his gem plus Lincoln's on the puck. Pretty tough catch, and he's getting them some map control back. That's a good sign for Nigma Galaxy. If you can take some wards off the map and get some deep ones of your own out, then you can split push this game a lot harder.
Time to take the Tormentor for Nigma Galaxy. Still able to find some objectives despite the large lead against them.
Radiant are scanning.
Stormstormer?
He's going to get in.
Completely solo.
I mean, he's going for the BKB, but the Stampede is there. They have the shackles onto Omar, so this time Omar will fall. Stormstormer wants to try and turn this in for more as he looks towards Sumail. Sumail, see if he's able to get the jump out. He is into the trees. Another orb away, but the Boundless does get on the two of them. Sumail's still able to jump away, though. Noob has been slowed down, and he's caught at the Serpent Walls. The Wukong's command laid down. They'll kill off Noob as well. Stormstormer, he just going in, and it works out.
His aggression has paid off time and time again, and this time they get the connection with the Shaman. That's the lockdown you need. Instant TP bottom, Shadowblade, he's looking for some more here off that play as well. He's played this game really well with the Monkey. This pick has worked out fantastic.
Dire are scanning.
There's just nobody who can fight this guy. Like, who's going to stand there and fight this Monkey back when he just runs into your entire team? It's only if the Drow is in position. Even like, this is literally just 1v4. The man doesn't care.
Just going in. Forces out the Stampede, still gets the kill with the help of Daze. And indeed getting that extra one, and even getting close to threatening Sumail. Sumail only just getting out towards the end of that.
Yeah, they almost messed up the cart thing. They tried to cart him out, and they both got stunned. Sumail's like, all right, screw the cart. I'm just getting out on my own. Like,
He's walking.
I'm not going in that one. That is a 1-star Uber right there.
Radiant's courier.
Full bots on Shad, so it'll be even easier for him to join the action. Again, with just how much net worth he's got, it's going to be pretty devastating, these fights for Nigma Galaxy when the Doom turns up. 25k net worth, 35 minutes in. Daze. I'm just seeing if he catches Sumail out, but Sumail, yeah, he's not going to risk trying to go in for the wisdom.
Wisely so.
It could be his death, yeah.
I mean, you still have to respect that there's an Aegis on this Monkey, which means OG can show Stormstormer at opposite parts of the map of where they're looking for the catch pretty safely. And that gives them a lot of map control right now, so you can't be too aggressive with these random solo plays or pickoffs. Just got to get to your next set of items and win the fight when the Aegis expires, which should be Aghanims for the Drow. That's the next big pickup here for Nigma. I mean, Ghost's going to be pretty strong with that Ags, particularly if you can get some of the stacks and the pops on people.
Yeah, it's still very much, I feel, a carryable game for Ghost. We've seen Nigma Galaxy, some of the games they've had, even when they've been in worse situations, Ghost has still managed to sort of have decent impact in the last few team fights before they lose the game, but he's still kind of getting kills. In this game, he's absolutely not out of it, right? He's still there, second in net worth. It's just the fact that Shad's Doom is having such a ridiculous game, there's that big lead, but outside of that, this Drow is still kind of where Ghost would hope to be at kind of 36 minutes in a close game. So to be able to still achieve that whilst as a team they're this far behind definitely still gives a little bit of hope for Ghost.
I agree. Like, his position is totally fine. You wouldn't ask for too much better here on the Drow, though. The rest of the team's position, you'd like it to be a little better, but
it ain't great.
He he can carry these games. Like, he does a crazy amount of damage, but so much of that is dependent on the positioning and the formation Nigma Galaxy have in the fight. If the Drow gets gap closed and shackle, Wukonged, whatever, it's going to be tough to bail him out. You do have the cart, you have Stampede, but we've seen like the Centaur can also die really fast this game. And you might even be in a spot where you can just doom the Centaur, honestly, and then just run them down, and maybe you don't end up killing the Drow, but you're still going to win the fight because you remove some of the saves from play. That could also be a route they go, because trying to doom this Lincoln's puck seems pretty difficult.
No, for sure, yeah. You want to get the Doom on the Centaur, and you want to get the Shaman getting their hands on the Naga Siren. And then that's going to give you a pretty good shot of just having the Monkey King Stormstormer getting in and killing someone off. Sure, they'll still have like the odd saves here. Outside of that, you know, Omar with the Escape Act. But yeah, if you can get those 2 catches on those 2 heroes, it's going to set Stormstormer up for success in these team fights.
I mean, to me, it's like OG. I don't even think you have to barrel in and kill the Drow that early. You just have to threaten the Drow so Nigma take the fight and then just kill everybody else. And you're going to be happy with that as well.
There we go. Got to watch out for Daze. He's been masterful on the catches. This time it's just an illusion, but they know not to blow anything else on that.
It's Parasma for Sumail. I mean, there's some damage online for Nigma Galaxy. Like, you do have to respect this Puck and Drow and what they're doing. Maybe just play for that next Aegis. Could be OG's game plan. Just keep scaling the 3 cores up here. They're all pretty beastly right now. You look at they got the Shivas, they got the AC, they got Scotty on the Monkey King. These are some seriously powerful items going into that next fight.
Oh. I've got eyes on Stormstormer. He's going to force the BKB out from him straight away. I'll make the jump over towards New.
He's getting
a lot
shot.
of damage coming in from Ghost. Stormstormer's got to keep his distance. Ghost
Is he
trying
dead?
to reach in to get the kill, to get the catch with the Will of Wonder. They've got him. Stormstormer goes down. Daze will likely fall as well. They're using the song to see if they can maybe set up for more here on the chase. See if they can get their hands on towards Mixer in the trees.
Well, that
This is where
song
Timber
was
Chain.
not good. Well, they got the
No.
Shaman in the end, but it almost cost them 2 kills. They blinked out of
It
it.
still gets the job done. You know, it wasn't that bad.
It almost backfired. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a bad song, but like that almost backfired pretty hard. The Shaman blinked out, almost escaped. The Shakiro blinked out. The idea was good, but what ended up happening was it was almost pretty bad. That said, I mean, it doesn't really matter. You get 3 here, and you punish Stormstormer. He doesn't Wukong. It takes so much damage.
Yeah, and just an excellent Wheel of Wonder there from Omar coming at the edge. There's slightly hesitation for Stormstormer. He's like, oh, back in action though. Uh-oh, Ghost is dead. He's very dead for 90 seconds. So, Nigma Galaxy, they might have had a little bit of a moment of glory, but then, bam, snap back to reality.
Not a fun reality.
No.
There's still a lot of damage between all 3 of these cores on OG. You have to respect them, especially if you give them a position like that. Like, you're just hitting this tower with Drow. Of course they're going to jump you, right? They just jump you with everybody pop BKBs. What do you do?
Yeah, a bit of a rare slip up there from Ghost. Doesn't normally make those sort of mistakes. But yeah, dead for quite a while, and that last play, taking down the 3 of them, you know, Nigma Galaxy winning that team fight, was definitely had the potential to be the start of a bit of a comeback. But again, he shot back down like that, losing the Drow. It's gonna keep OG fueled up and ready to go for the next team play.
It's also just not the time to make that play when the Roche spawn is up. You don't know exactly when this is going to spawn. There's an amp damage in the river. You maybe could have gotten that. Like, there were bigger prizes on the map and setting the map up than pushing that. What?
Dude,
What was that?
okay, first the song, now the amplified damage. What's got GA?
What team's he playing for here?
Oh, they got the samples in on towards.
Oh my
God!
God.
Oh, this has gotten horribly awkward. Well, GH will song and try and run away. He'll be able to save himself, but that's Noob and Sumail dead.
That's Gem as well. He just got blown up by that Wukong Whirly Death. Holy crap. They got another catch.
As well up top. Oh, they got the neutral creep. Oh, there we go.
Well, that's something.
Something.
I feel like they were so confused by that amp damage deny that they didn't realize they were getting smoked on.
Yeah, I think.
got
Yeah,
blown
they're
up.
like, well, okay, that happened. But yeah, back to a big 15k lead here, pretty much for OG. Goes
And
closing in on the
refresher on
25.
Chad. That was the huge deal there. Like
Yeah.
he has a second refresher to refresh BKB, get another Doom if you need it. So much
this
firepower
again.
in a CO. I mean, this is just that's just BM right there.
That's just raw. Oh! Doom. Drop down onto Ghost. Shad, can he chase this up? He wants to finish the job. And with Days
he
coming in
really
at the
wants
side
him.
with the Hex, they will finish the job. That's Ghost dead again, 90 seconds.
What's
No
happening in this
buyback
game,
on
man?
Ghost. They had that one good kind of team fight in the mid. They get the three of them, and then somehow everything got worse after they did something good for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah, it's
I don't know,
bizarre. They just
Like that, it seemed
cannot
like
find
all
anything.
OG needed to win the game was for Nigma to win a team fight somehow. That's what
That
we're
might
seeing.
be true.
Yeah.
That might be true here. It's very awkward, but now it just
Yeah.
feels over because you bled out this Drow 2 times, didn't get anything out of his timings, and I mean these cores are just way too big now. So way too much gold on this Timber as well. He's almost level 25. The Monkey's the least of your
Oh,
problems.
it's Storm. Yeah, he's in. He's in. And we'll be whipped to back out here to retain the peace. They're bringing in the bottom creep wave, ready to take that tier 2 tower and to approach the high ground once more.
It all started with that rune deny. It just crumbled after that, dude. Like the morale loss was too large.
I assume so. Well, Nigma Galaxy, they were able to kind of swing back with a punch when they were down 13k. Let's see if they're able to do it when they're now down 22k gold here against OG. Nearly got the Aghanims on Sumail. He's getting close to level 25 as well, so they do continue to hit these timings. But yeah, still this overall ginormous lead that OG has is quite daunting. Nullifier, done for Stormer. Be even easier of a time
big.
just getting in and pretty much guaranteeing the kill on whoever he gets the jump on. And Sumail did lose his courier. That's going to mean the potential Aghanims is on the sidelines for 3 minutes, Avery.
That's really rough. That is so much of the damage you needed in this base defense because you're going to have to pull out a crazy base defense here. This is Refresher Shard off that Roche. Currently on Days. You can just double drop the wards. And that is going to be tough to clear through. He has a BKB on the Shaman as well.
Yeah,
So that's another
Daze has
problem
been
you have to deal
clutching
with.
it up. Yeah,
Yeah,
this guy's
he had a
good.
great game. There's a Hex on the Timber. He's level 25. I mean, this is all coming up OG here. As Sumail,
They've got it.
he's gone.
Now he does at least have to buy back gold. In
He's
the
straight
mid,
in on the
Daze,
next.
He's gonna get the shackles, put the refresher, tries to get the second hex. There'll be the cart ready to take Ghost out of that. Daze with his BKB. Will manage to back away from the damage that Nigma Galaxy throw out of him, but it does force out that Sumail buyback. So one of these key buybacks getting used, getting forced out here.
That was incredibly aggressive. Like a refresher shot on the Shaman just to re-blink shackle the dude. Well, no double wards play, I guess. Still Aegis for 3 minutes. So you can just play around that on the high ground and send the Timber in if you really want the frontliner to be reliable here. And there is no buyback right now for Ghost. It's a big life Nigma Galaxy is missing right now. Would love for him to get a couple hundred more gold here. Have it for the base defense. You're gonna need it.
They will pick themselves up another gem here on Noob. They're going to try and do their best to just maintain vision control around their base in preparation for this high ground defense. They're going to have to come in as soon as OG. They're definitely going to be hungry, looking for the high ground jump. Whilst they have this Aegis still.
If they can get the Ags on Sumail before this fight breaks out, that'd be a big win. I'm not sure it's enough damage to win the fight, but at least you have a chance then. And I'd be really surprised if OG do not try and force the high ground with the next wards plus this Aegis timer on Stormer. Because he's also level 25 now in the Monkey. So you just go in with the Aegis, drop the Mega Wukong, drop the Shaman wards, you're going to get the Megas at least. Right? Like, even if you lose the fight, you're still going to come out ahead.
Daze ready to cheese it up with the block.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. Throw that on the Monkey King or the Timber if you want to just let him go in.
Still being careful about how they go for the high ground here. OG. 25 seconds until he'll be able to get that full Aghanims online. Sumail, here's the push. Serpent wards and the banner down. Noob's going to get him with the jump. The Houston catches the two of them, Shad. He'll get the Doom down onto the Centaur straight away. Stormstormer moves into the back lines and put the Nullifier down onto Ghost. Ghost will be able to back away. Noob buys back immediately. GH has the song here to hold them back. Omar will be able to escape Mixer just in time to survive. They'll use the fortification. Can they push them back anymore though? Because the tier 3 is still going to go down. Nigma Galaxy only losing Noob there. But can they do anything in return? Now, they've got the full Aghanims on Sumail, so a big increase to the damage output from this puck. And looks like OG, they're playing it cautious for a little bit. They'll back off. They know that they're in no rush. They don't want to let this game slip away from them. They've got a 30k lead. Everything is pointing towards them being able to close it up, but they can't let this one slip away.
Just wait for another Wukong. That's the biggest factor here. 30 seconds for that ult on Stormstormer. You really want to fight without it? You do have the Aegis still, but...
Okay. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, once the
fate.
Aegis expire... Mix it straight in. Obviously feeling still pretty invincible on the Timber Saw, and rightfully so. They can barely put a dent into him.
I mean, I feel like you just wait Shaman Wards Wukong and you go in again, because there's no glyph. And there's no way Nigma can fight under the Wukong.
Yeah.
They can kite it out, they can shoot some arrows from beyond the arc, but cannot take the man fight into the monkey from that ult.
So you caught by the hit stop. Damage coming in from Ghost.
Oh, what a wheel!
Pretty quickly, the wheel indeed as well. Controlling the two of them. That's going to be Stormstormer down the once. Ghost, we're trying to Hurricane Pike away, but the Hex catches him. Daze has to follow up Shackles. Omar trying to bail him out with the escape act. Ghost trying to run. The Nullifier will catch on towards him. Omar comes in with the buyback. Ghost will get back to the fountain. So they'll keep Ghost alive, but OG, they've managed to push back Nigma Galaxy so they can set up to claim this bottom set of racks with the Wukong's command and the Serpent Wards down. They'll find it. As they get the Mega Creeps. Job
They
done
got
here
what
for
they
OG.
came for. It wasn't the prettiest, honestly. That was not a bad fight for Nigma Galaxy. If that fight wasn't for the last set of barracks, they probably would have been happy because they got the Stampede off as the Doom went on the Centaur.
Oh.
So Noob's able to survive, and you were able to kite out that fight on the Ghost route. Didn't have to
FPS?
buy back there.
I thought this was a MOBA.
All right, Owen.
Yeah, sorry.
Come on now.
No.
Save the bad jokes for Fog. You know, you don't have to put them on me.
But Fog, he's not here. Maybe that's the reason. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
The list of people willing to put up with this is dwindling, you know.
Well, what have we got next? What's the plan for Nigma Galaxy? They're mega creeped. They're down 33k gold.
Yeah,
49 minutes in.
Your plan's probably go game 3, right? Let's be realistic. Yeah. This is a tough one to turn around. Maybe you have some like crazy base defense with loading this Drow in the cart and some Ags coil, but I think you need 25 on Sumail 100%. That could be something that changes the course of the fights a little bit. This Dream Coil piercing, because the BKBs have been a big problem for you. Like the Doom just double BKBs in the fight. You have nothing for him. He's just running at your whole team. So that could be a big talent here for Sumail. He will get it here. And he does do some damage with Parasma Ags, Precision Aura. Something.
And we've got to see is Ghost going to be able to pick up that Daedalus? I think is, you know, it's
you
definitely
have
the
to
point. You got to get that at least that Demon Edge back to you safely before the push starts to come in again.
Yeah, he'll get it here. I mean, you have to buy out in this game.
Yeah. He's very close
like
to
the Drow
having
buyback. Yeah, he is. I just don't even know how relevant the buyback is, because if your team's dead, you're not solo carrying this game anyway, right? And in theory, you should be the last to die. Like, you're never going to bait this Drow on the front line anyway, so I would rather he buy out for damage than say buyback, honestly, if it came to it. If you get both, power to you. But if you have to choose one, I would choose buying out here.
No, gee. They are being very careful about how they go about this. You know, because again, like a massive lead, but we're not seeing them rushing the high ground. They're holding back, getting their next set of items done. You know, Shad's looking to try and swallow the Aghanim's Blessing, get that secured for himself. They'll now start to go for the smoke up. I mean, I wouldn't have even been surprised if they waited for the next roast. It's going to be potentially a minute until we see that come up, but they don't feel they need to at least wait that long. They want to try and see if they can maybe get a pick with the smoke.
They know there's no buyback on Noob, so that's a big window. If you can just go in and find the Centaur, you get a guaranteed 5-on-4. They found him. He's just sitting there.
Good jump straight away onto Noob. Can they get him out of this? They can't. Noob's gone for 100 seconds. They've got the song. They'll lay down the Wheel of Wonder. It's a good dream call onto the three of them. The Tame the Beast not going to force Shad to face the wheel, so Shad's able to run. GH will die here as Kadara kills him off outside the fountain. They get the shackles onto Omar. Tombs drop down onto Ghost. They're ready to close this one up and push it to a game 3 as Shad diving the fountain. Got to be a little careful with the fountain dives, but maybe you don't when your Ancient's just dying to the Monkey King and the creeps coming in. It's over, ladies and gentlemen.
The other facet for the Arc Warden, so... I remember we kind of theory crafted it and talked about that, and I remember being very surprised you don't take the rune capture on the Arc Warden, but Sumail thinks it's worth 3 bounty runes. The start for Nigma Galaxy, very nice to have that. Like when you're faced up against an alchemist who starts with that extra money.
Very nice start for them. Let's see how these lanes go. I mean, if you're OG, you want this Alch Enchantress lane to win. This is a classic Alch lane. Super strong with the Acid Spray level 2. Is Kadaro going to get shard block, but he's okay. If you're looking at this mid lane, I mean, you've got to take it over as Sumail. Like, I mean, 1, you're the king. 2, you have an Arc Warden against a melee hero. You should pull out some sort of advantage there over time. And this top lane is a double melee against double range, so you have to expect OG to come out ahead here unless you get all in somehow, which I just don't see happening into DP with the disruption to deal with some of the Elder Titan pressure.
Yeah, that
maybe
that
GH gets a cheeky kill, but that's about it.
Something has gone horribly wrong if you lose this OG off lane.
Yep. So I think the lane setup for OG is looking pretty good in the side lanes, and maybe mid is where Sumail can open up a gap.
What about the
we've seen Nigma do well with
off
these melee
lane?
heroes. I think it's Enchantress out favor.
Sure.
But you might be able to all in this Enchantress. Depends who hits level 2 first. Noob hits it first, but his is not the impactful one. I think Shad's is the more impactful one. You just get this Acid Spray concoction with the Enchant chase down. I feel like Omar just instantly dies in this lane if they hit level 2 here before he does.
Yeah, it's a lane
like
that's
they
very
will.
fine on positioning and quick plays, right? Because you can snowball dodge the unstable concoction, which could be really big. Whereas at the same time, you're looking for, shard positioning. If Kadaro ever steps out too far, you might be able to quickly punish him with a full tag team. Nice pull, though, but he managed to get the range creep back into play, so they'll miss out on that one. And also looking to de-ward that hard camp.
Yeah, nice start for this Enchantress. You're going to get the camps up. Your Alch's getting free farm. It's pretty much what you want on these early waves.
If you
Top
lose the
GH.
side lanes as Nigma Galaxy, can Arc Warden really bail you out, though? Like, let's say he destroys mid or whatever. Like, is he actually going to be able to save your side lanes, though?
No, Arc doesn't interact with side lanes at all. The only Arc I've ever seen do that in the history of Dota was Thompson, and he's not here right now. So that was a very different Arc Warden as well. Like, this Arc is not going to affect the side lanes. In fact, this is the hero you want to go to mid and play around him. You want to play around the Flux, the Spark Rays, getting him the power runes, that type of gameplay. It's like a sniper mid. Like, you snowball through him and abuse his early spell power. So if anything, Nigma will want to give up side lane pressure to go mid this game instead of the other way around.
Right.
So if you do lose side lanes, it could be a little rough for those cores, but the upside for Nigma Galaxy is you have Sven Beastmaster. Great junglers if it comes to it.
Right. And that's very likely what we'll see some point around that 6-7 minutes. Oh, trying to go after Shad. Unstable concoction on to tag team. Man it up. They do have a little bit of heals coming out from Kadaro, but it looks like they might just overwhelm Shad's HP pool, and it's first blood for Omar.
I don't think OG have played this bottom lane that well, honestly. I think they could have done a lot better here. Like, even that sequence, you didn't throw the Acid Spray before the concoction, didn't get charged to full. Should be patient there and make them fight under that Acid Spray. It's not an easy fight for them to win.
And he comes back
There's
and stuns
another
himself
missed on.
immediately. Yeah, this is awkward. Omar, like, especially since you could have held on to that unstable concoction because he doesn't have snowball. You know that, right? It's a level 2. He's going to level up shards. You already saw that. And he's going to level up tag team for the kill. So there's no snowball for the dodge. So there's no danger of hit the unstable concoction being dodged, which will be a problem later on.
That's a nice start for Nigma Galaxy. Like, you're winning these side lanes early. It feels really good here. Because you can always go back to jungle. You can always get stacks up and give some freedom in that regard. Go play around Sumail if it comes to it. So the better these side lanes go, the faster you can look for that as well. Stacking would be really nice for them, of course.
GH tries to get aggressive on Daze, but now quick rebuttal. Disruption, blood grenade slowing him down, and some shadow poison stacks, not enough for the kill.
I think if Daze is level 3, they might go for that, but level 1 poison, not going to be enough to take him down. And you really want to get a kill up here because you did go the early earn on this Death Prophet. So if you can get some earn charges going in to Mixa, makes that next kill even easier. You can start to snowball, get some extra XP, maybe kick this Sven out earlier with an Exo. All these little things add up here.
Annoying part about that situation, they leave the Death Prophet alone to stack. It's not like GH can really punish. You know, they're double melee heroes walking into a Death Prophet. So the Shadow Demon's pretty free to stack as much as he wants. Disruption, catching him, might be able to block him in here. At least body block him for the Spirit Cipher to slow him down and get the kill. Daze gets a bit low, but it's fine. They get the kill in the end. 30 seconds to power runes.
Nice kill for those earn charges. Stormer barely gets out of there. I mean, that is the one-on-one pressure this hero creates against a melee hero. Not fun.
It'll be an interesting position. Sumail will be able to push the lane in for the 6-minute power runes, and it looks like, yeah, it's just Stormer's not going to be back in time to go for it. So guaranteed power rune for Sumail. Doesn't even need his facet to ensure it. It'll be bottom, and it'll be...
got denied.
Oh, nice play from Kadaro. That regen rune would have been pretty sweet considering Sumail's loss in resources right now.
Misses the stats as well.
That's true.
Big damage
1.5
to the mid arc from the little Wild Wing. It did its job. A heroic effort in this game 3.
It leaves behind a death tornado too. Tuss trying to set up to go for a kill on Void Spirit before he hits level 6, but I just don't really see that being possible.
No, they missed the window to kill him. Sumail did do fine on the lane, but you didn't get that crazy snowball action you're maybe looking for here early. As supports will rotate now, but not the easiest guy to fight anymore. At least you get the D-ward on the side GH. He killed both obs, by the way. That's where the tip comes out.
Oh, that's pretty nice.
Double D-ward for GH. That's some decent experience here as Wisdom Shrines. One is going to the Beastmaster, so you need that extra XP on the Elder Titan.
What are we looking at stacks-wise? Because obviously the Shadow Demon has been kind of free to do stacks, but then also on the other side, it's a Beastmaster. So I assume we had some stacks going on there. 3 to 4, so pretty even. I'm actually surprised that Daze didn't outstack Nigma Galaxy.
I mean, his camp was blocked the entire early game. It got sentryed by GH early on. Kill attempt. No TP for Mixa.
Get a little bit low from these God Strength hits. Blood Grenade to slow him down. Mixa waves goodbye.
That's the power of this DP against all these melee heroes. Siphons are guaranteed. Very happy to survive that gank.
Now to play
8-minute power rune
for the next room. Once again, double supports. Nigma Galaxy pulling their supports around into the mid lane constantly. Stormer just hoping it's going to be top so he can grab it, but it's bottom once again. And this time it's an arcane room. Does Enchantress have a creep there to deny it?
Nope.
Now he's busy messing around in the triangle with the Beastmaster.
Stats gain. They are contesting these stacks, and you can absolutely do this with the Alk. Oh, look at these skeletons on the camp too. Juicy farm for Shad.
See, this is the part I don't like. So if your side lanes fail, Arc Warden can't really do anything about the side lanes. So the supports want to play through the Arc Warden, but they're playing into a Void Spirit, which is like kind of like playing into a Puck or something like that. Unless you have some really good disable, you're probably not punishing him. They've shown like 3 heroes in mid lane, and Stormstormer really hasn't had to do anything.
It's just the awkward part about these 3 heroes together. You don't have the lockdown unless he just goes in.
Yeah, unless he just jumps right into him. He's got to step back up, though. And he'll be fine now, unless the Shards catches them. Unless the Storm catches them. Oh, no! What a setup from the supports. And Stormstormer trying to protect him with the disruption. Looks like they've saved him. A TP comes in from Mixa to run down Omar.
Yeah, that kill's way too hard. They were forcing a bit. I think Nigma Galaxy, they want to look for Sling right now, but they don't know where to do it. And the play is not obvious. They tried the DP top. He lived with Siphons. They tried this Void Spirit mid, even jumping into them. Can't kill him. And the Alk is level 6, so you can't really gank this Alk either. Might be able to roar and bring him down if you bring both supports plus an Arc Warden clone. That's kind of it. And that Talisman of Evasion already up for Shad. It's pretty tanky, man. He also had some small camp stacks. He still has another one here to go clear. Super efficient farm for him. Look at that gold. That's juicy right there. And I mean, he is starting to accelerate. This is the part in the game where the Alk is
Ghost. Oh, they
scary,
spot him
man.
on the ward, but he has slipped past the cast range of Daze's disruption. If he farms this next camp, though, Stormstormer will kill him, and Ghost not safe enough. Will be caught on the camp. Stormstormer makes his first rotation to great success, right? Great success.
You got to hit a
God.
poison here, man.
Poison? It doesn't land? Another one?
Oh my,
God,
he
it
missed
doesn't land
every
either.
one.
Are you kidding me? A third and final poison, but he's long gone now. Daze will whiff on the kill.
Dude, how do they not get any extra damage on him? That is absurd, and what a big miss. End up losing your SD as well. Extra gold for Sumail. You got the other power rune as well. And now Newbies, his helm is going to be done here. He's going to be able to push in bottom with this catapult.
I was going to say, you're going to be cruising. The Alchemist is having total free farm. He's guaranteed to get his fast radiance at this point in time. And if you shut down the Sven, you're going to feel so good about your mid game. I mean, not just about shutting down the Sven, but also just getting the Void Spirit, that extra bump, the extra bit of gold, the extra bit of experience that he's going to be missing from a hard matchup in the Arc Warden.
He needed it too. He's the last place core on this chart right now.
Yeah.
Just not had a fun time in the second half of this laning stage against the Arc Warden, who's closing in on that Midas. Smail's game is not too shabby after that kill.
Unstable concoction, dodged by teleport and TP out, but the Aether Remnant is there. Good play by Stormstormer to throw that out midway through his step.
They get something. I mean, you're going to try and defend this lane against the Beast anyway. So you're kind of happy to rotate heroes into here. Noob is just still working towards the helm, trying to clear through some of these stacks. This could turn into a farm-oriented game very quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
Between,
that's what
like,
I
the
kind of
Sven and
assumed
Alk.
when we saw Arc Warden Sven against Alchemist. It did feel like Nigma Galaxy was saying, we're not going to outpace an Alchemist. We're down to settle into a slower game.
Their draft is well set up for it, honestly. Like, they have a lot of scale with Tusk and Elder Titan. As long as your cores can keep up, these two can provide you a lot. You have the Midas Arc Warden, which of course is going to do work around the map and scale really well. I think there is going to be a point in this mid-game where OG need to strike. It's with the Alks, Radiance, Blink, BKB, and this DP getting Ags. You can pull your Void Spirit back into this game by just taking good fights and getting Roshan, pushing some towers. Got to get these heroes involved. That's Radiance done for Shad, as the Ags is 1,300 off for Mixa. So these two side laners are getting to their strong early timings.
And despite the lower net worth of the Void Spirit, he's still doing some work on this mid tower. He's chipping away at it. And I would expect Death Prophet, maybe he wants to finish up his Ags first, but at some point in time, OG will make that the Radiance and Aghanim's timing work for them and take over that mid lane. And the more towers you take against an Arc Warden, the better it's going to feel, right?
100%. I think they could have had a way faster early game here if they'd executed that Enchantress a little better, because then Kadara could have roamed. And you might have been able to put some more pressure in that turn, but instead it's a little slow here.
Smail's going to run into Kadaro. Not the best at being able to burst down an Enchantress. The heal over time is going to help him here. Ghost, he's willing to pop the God Strength to try for the kill. One swipe, maybe two. slowed down quite a bit. OG are not really formulating a response, though. They've left the Void Spirit mid and the Alchemist bottom, so they just accept the loss of an Enchantress. No big deal.
Not the biggest skill to give up for a God Strength there. Getting some stacks up of your own as well, and of course you still have this Exo to play around with if you want to pop it and get aggressive.
Oh, an early roar into the mid lane. Not quite enough burst, though. The heroes made the play while Sumail and GH were walking away. If they were on the same page, 100%, that was like killing the Void Spirit, but different minds there. Sumail and GH more focused on trying to get the power rune, which they do get thanks to that magnetic fields facet.
An opportunity missed. I think Noob was making the right call. Like, this guy's standing up here. He's killable. I just need 1 or 2 more spells. Nigma Galaxy not on the same page, miss an opportunity.
Yeah, the rest of the team too focused on that infinite scaling that the Arc Warden has with those runes, man. Who cares about the rune if you could just kill the enemy mid laner?
Well, infinite scaling is pretty fun, you know.
That's true. Blink Dagger Radiance. Here comes Shad's big move. Not going to go for the Arc Warden. Shield rune on him. Sumail's a tough kill. They'll take the freebie onto the GH Elder Titan, and there's the move onto the tower. So they brought both their cores into the mid lane to ensure that tower does fall, and Shad, quick with it, is right back to the bottom lane to defend his safe lane tower, which is still very healthy.
This is a scary part of the game for Nigma Galaxy because this is a classic OG lineup where your early timings are just so good. You're going to have a lot of push. You're going to have a lot of sustain. You have Enchantress Seal, Death Prophet Siphons, Alchemist Ult, and a Disruption that can bail you out of like a Roar all-in attempt. Not easy to deal with this much HP early on for a lineup that just wants to scale into the later damage with this Fen Arc Warden with an ET backing it up. So this is OG's map to run right now.
Silence and the slowdown. With the Aghanim Scepter, they can keep the stuns, and Shad, he'll join in on the kill. And Mixa doesn't need Exorcism to pressure towers now that he's got an Aghanims.
Really nice timings for his Death Prophet. 4-0 start. Had a free game. Put some towers off the map, pressuring the last tier 1 here. He's been in all 3 lanes so far. And this Alchemist BKB is going to come out very quickly here, and then you're just off to the races. You can Exo and mana for Roche. You can look for deeper fights. You can look for Tormentor 20. You can look for 21-minute Wisdom Shrine. Any of these types of timings are going to be good for you. Nigma in a defensive position. You have to just hold your map, not give up big key kills, and work towards the big items on the Sven and the Arc Warden. Ags for Sumail.
Yeah, when does...
Interesting.
When do you feel like Nigma Galaxy's lineup start?
See if they can finish this Stormstormer Void Spirit top. They do get him with this Fen. That is some serious burst damage as Stormstormer's game continues to get worse here. BKB coming in for Shad. It's gonna be very close here. See if they can line it up with the Void Spirit Ags. Move it all together. That would be the ideal play. As Nigma Galaxy trying to get this Helm of the Overlord on time so they can combat these objective moves, but the Roche is too fast here for OG. Just cannot keep the exact pace they needed in this game. And this Ags for DP plus Alex is going to go to work. The BKB is not there for Shad though. They're doing this right before that timing is online. Could be awkward if Nigma Galaxy decide to contest. But at the same time, this is a tough contest. They're going to try and put the Arc Warden and stall this up. Exo has not been popped yet. So Mixa holding on to it. They're trying to farm up this Alec BKB, but they made this play preemptively. This is really awkward for OG now. can you take advantage of it if you're Nigma Galaxy? Helm of the Overlord online for Noob. He got there. He's ready to fight. But BKB flying in for Shadow right now as Ags arise for Arc War. And so all these big timings for both teams online right as this Roche gets brought to half. This is a super pivotal moment in this game. Oh man, BKB done for Ghost as well. Okay, he is right up there. I think Nigma absolutely take this fight. They can find a little opening. Drum on GH, boost up the damage. They want to take the fight right now, slow down OG's momentum, not let this Alchemist take this game over. So much of it's about the jump. See what OG can find. They're looking for an angle around mid lane. Don't have very good vision here. But would love to get this Alchemist in on top of Sumail. That's the best target. Find this Arc War and take him out of the fight. Scan on the pit. You have to make sure neither team just sneaks this Roche as well. It could be pretty fast from either side, particularly if Ghost decides to just pop God Strength. Go in there with the BKB. An old-fashioned standoff right here. Level 2 Exo also available now. And there's the blink for Mixa. It feels like all these teams are hitting their... All these players are hitting their item timings that they would want to force the action. Nobody wants to force the action. Stormstormer will kill a ward. That's the most action we've seen with all these item timings. As another smoke arrives for OG, they're going to try and make the aggressive move again. Lost a bit of farming time with that Alchemist, and of course the Roche going bottom now. Not the worst for Nigma Galaxy if they can rotate there.
Hello?
Welcome back, Owen. Welcome back for Cave 3.
Hey, right, what's going on? What's going on? Well, this Alchemist...
Oh, shit.
Hey, dead!
What? You cursed him.
Did I? Was he doing all right? It's all right. I
He
missed
was
a bit
doing
of this.
fine.
I was on the toilet. That hot honey pizza went through me. Anyway, enough about me. That's what's been going on. 5-5. Looks like it's been a bit of a slow game over it.
It has been a farm fest, but everybody just hit their item timings. This is a very pivotal point for OG to try and contest this Roche. It is now going Nigma's way. They just get it for free.
Well, there we go. Yeah, Aegis on Ghost. See what they're going to be able to do with this. Oh, this is... I mean, it's looking like the kind of game 3 you want, though, right? 21 minutes in, 5-5.
It is, but it's not the game OG wanted. They hit their timings. They had this Alk BKB blink. They did Roche to half, and then they just bailed on it and lost the Alk. Really awkward sequence for them. That should not have gone that way. And Nigma Galaxy, they're going to be happy with their position now. I mean, they just get to farm with this Aegis to keep putting the Arc War and Midas to use. And they're cruising now. That bought them so much time in this game. Look at this. They can't even do the Tormentor. Dude, Mixa just does not want to pop this Exo. I don't think he's used it once this game.
Some of the top. That's Disruption. Not going to save him. He's very dead days. The rest of them only able to back out.
Are they going to get this Tormentor? They have a God Strength up again in 3. Dude, the sequencing here for OG has been terrible, to say the least.
Well, what's the recovery plan? You know, they just quickly kind of dropped 3k behind. They lost an Aegis, they lost the Roshan, they lost the Tormentor. And, oh yeah, being on the overall net worth deficit when you got an Alchemist carry doesn't feel good as a team. Because Shad's still at the top, but I mean, this Sven ain't far behind him. You know, when you look at the farm that Ghost has got.
This Sven does way more damage right now.
Yeah.
Like, you have to use this Alex item timings to get you objectives in the game. They just missed all.
They're just going to try and go all on Ghost. He's able to get the BKB off. Look at the concoction thrown in the way of Noob, but Ghost, he's going to be able to keep that Aegis safe and get out of there. They'll turn their attention towards Noob, but he has the Roar at the ready. Will hold back Shad, also holding him in position here with the Desecrate. So they'll get out. They'll keep the Aegis safe. They're still going to have time to do something with this Aegis. They can wait for the BKB to be come back up, and they'll still have like kind of a minute window after that to make a play. And that's the Ghost.
That's a win for Nigma Galaxy.
Yeah.
You just don't lose anything there. Ghost gets to keep farming, wasted time for this Death Prophet. That's, I think, the first Exo we've seen in this game just didn't achieve anything. Been an awkward game for OG in the last few minutes here. They hit their window and then they just didn't get anything done with it. And now they're getting pushed in because now you have this beast he's going to have a Crimson up soon. You have the Sven armor on top of it.
Oh.
Your lineup's going to become very tanky.
Storm! He tried to
know.
dissimulate away, but he dissimulated straight into the trees and he was stuck.
Oh, this is crumbling for OG. This is crumbling real fast. They need to stabilize this game. They need to get a team fight going or something, because this is just swinging completely Nigma Galaxy's way right now. And they're smoking Ghost and admit they want to use this God Strength.
Yeah, time to get as much as they can here with this bit of a burst forward. They've found Nigma Galaxy. All right,
he's wearing out.
Ghost. He's looking for action. Whoa, he's going to find himself the Enchantress. Concoction comes out, but Kadara's already dead.
They go for more there if he has more duration on this God Strength, because they're just running the map right now. They've gained so much momentum here in the last 5-10 minutes. And that is what can happen with these alkaliners. Like, you mess up a few team fights with this hero, and suddenly you maybe feel like you can't take the fight again, or you fall too far behind. Crimson done for the beast now. That limits your DPS even more. This game is looking solid for Nigma Galaxy right now. OG scrambling to find an opening.
Looking at mid. I'll get the jump here, but it's still a bit awkward, and they're still doing it into this minute of Aegis left on Ghost, so it doesn't really feel good to throw too much down on him. They have to let him go.
Aegis, 45 seconds. So you have another God Strength Aegis fight if you want it here. You want to look for something aggressive. You have the blink on the Tusk as well.
What?
They have some initiation.
Oh my
God.
Did he just not expect them to still be around? I guess he didn't. Shows himself in a very dangerous point of the map. Shad's going to try and fight this. He's coming with the concoction. They're in onto Omar. See what Ghost's play out of this is. He'll turn with the stun onto Kadara. They have managed to kill off Omar. Ghost pushing forward. 10 seconds or so left on the Aegis.
He's getting brought down low.
It's going to get a little spooky whilst the Aegis expires. Yeah, he's got to back right out of this. The Aegis is going to be gone, and he's on very low HP. So he has to run, which means the noob is going to get left behind. OG, they'll be able to find the fight there despite that. A little bit of a crazy start with Stormstormer just getting blown up in the mid. It kind of works out for them. They get something out of it.
I guess so. I mean, that's the best fight they've gotten, and it started with the Void Spirit just throwing his life away. So I guess props to OG for taking advantage of the opportunity, getting some really nice damage out from this Death Prophet. He just had a free fight, just running everybody out. And a big play in that fight, honestly, was the Little Friends. I don't think I've said that many times in my career, but it was an Ags rush from Kadaro, and he just rooted the Sven for like 5 seconds because he got him on a creep wave. He's just stuck there. That's stupid Enchantress.
That adds up to a lot of root, indeed, if you get a few
really
creeps dragged into it. I gotta watch out for that. Oh, in we go. BKB though. Ghost not messing around. He's out.
Yeah, you have to respect the Alchemist when he's on top of you with the ult, unless you're willing to just God Strength commit back. So they'll dodge that fight for now. Keep scaling up this Arc Warden as he continues to take over the map. You get Sumail to this Octarine. He's going to be a beast. His clones are going to be really annoying.
Now talk to me about this as well, Avery. Alchemist, we obviously don't see him much, but Shad's playing it this game. They still going for the seed money. What's wrong with that one where you get the dividends? You know what I mean? Is it really just all about the short-term gains rather than kind of the long-term plan? You know, you get the stuff when you give an Ags out, you get, what is it, like 70 GPM per Aghanims you give out. That adds up. Is the 250 gold at the start of the game really that worth it on Alchemist? To just give up any chance of eventually becoming a millionaire?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is, Owen.
The
problem is, I mean,
GPM. It's
how many Ags are you pulling, though? By the time you pull them, it's the GPMs are irrelevant.
But you can get 250 gold at the start, or you can make 5 Aghanims, and then you're getting 350 gold every minute.
Yeah, but if I take the 250 gold to start and I invest it, I could turn it in. I can probably turn it into like 10 Aghanim Scepters.
Well, I don't know about that. That sounds like
They
you're on
invested
some
all
sort
in
of like,
altcoin.
some sort of Ponzi scheme or something. I don't know if
I'm sure it'll work out.
gold in to get that sort of return. But anyway, interesting to see. Because I was checking him out the other day. Right, he's got these 3 facets, and I guess we just don't really see Alchemist, so we just don't really get to see pro players experiment on him.
There's probably reasons why, but this hero is really finicky.
Yeah.
You really need to execute well, and right now we're seeing OG falter a little bit. Is MKB done for Ghost? He's ready to party.
But he's ready. But maybe not ready enough. The roar's there. Chad's dead. Where's that 250 gold now, Avery?
I mean, he should have pulled some items, I guess.
I know what sort of altcoin he bought there, but he didn't do well.
He didn't buy the right one. It's crashing right now.
It's crashing hard.
Oh man, what a find from Nigma Galaxy.
Crashing out. Yeah.
I mean, OG is potentially crashing out of this qualifier right now.
The last few moments have seemed pretty rough for them. You know, Nigma Galaxy building up this solid lead, taking these towers, and Alchemist, they can fall off pretty hard, especially when they're in a game where 29 minutes in, Ghost has the same net worth as the Alchemist, as a Sven. Like that,
he's ahead.
That's pretty ridiculous that he is that farmed on this Sven.
6-0 will do that compared to 0-3. He's just found better kills, better openings, got that Roshan, stalled out this game so much. And OG, their fallback is to scale all 3 cores together. Like, they can scale into the late game if the Void Spirit and the Death Prophet get really big. But this Void Spirit is so far behind. I don't know how Stormstormer catches up in this game. He might need an Ags pool at some point to equalize some of the net worth distribution. Or you just pray this Death Prophet goes ham. Because if Sumail gets to Hex, then this game is going to become very difficult. The amount of control you're going to output with double Hex in the fight, plus the Roar, plus Punch, plus Earth Splitter, and Sven going in on top of all of it is just nasty.
We're going to try for the smoke.
His entire Satanic. This Sven is just...
It's crazy.
Well, he's so fat. Like, he is insanely fat.
Yeah, Ghost he's been very solid throughout this qualifiers as the carry.
You have to land Demonic Purge on him and maybe like an Alk Bash or something. That's your best bet to control him. As you try and posture for this Roshan. See if they can find the angle. Not a bad one. You can get the jump on some supports.
Oh! Gonna find out my bone once emphasized the side Shad's in. He'll get the stun onto Ghost. He's gonna try and start on the Sven, but Ghost, he just turns, puts the God strength. They get the opening with the Raw on. It was a defensive.
Nice disruption.
Come into place to try and keep Shad alive. It's
he's bashing him.
To keep on beating, but he's not enough damage to bring the Sven down. Sven trying to heal up here with the Satanic. Ghost
No
will live.
way.
They've killed on 4. Triple kill for Sumail. As Stormstormer, he's got to run. He'll go for the TP out. He'll get away. But 4 dead on OG. They couldn't kill Ghost. Despite their best efforts, Ghost able to stand his ground and survive with the Satanic.
Dude, how does he not die there? That was such a clutch disruption to rebuy that Alchemist some time. He comes out of it, he bashes him again. This Death Prophet was siphoning Ghosty everybody in that fight. Looks like he was going to wipe it. But Ghost still had the Satanic up his sleeve. The fact he finishes that item before this fight might have just bought them a ticket to TI. That was a nice angle from OG, but they split the targets. They jumped the Tusk as Shad jumps on the Sven. Maybe not too bad at first, but then you have to reprioritize who you're focusing here and bail him out. He's going to regen up in this, come out, bash him, and I mean, I don't know how Ghost survives here. It's a couple more spells into him, he dies, your other 2 cores live, you win that fight, you get Roche. It's a completely different game. All the little things for Nigma Galaxy adding up right now, as Ghost has yet to fall in this game. 7-0 on the Sven. They just can't find him.
OG still trying to approach. It's just so hard right now. There's the jump. They found Stormstormer. He's dead again. He's going to buy back straight away. They're going to try and make this fight happen, but Shad's in trouble. He'll get held back by the Raw. They will kill off GH, but can Shad get out of here? He's still got the BKB ready to press if he feels necessary. He goes swinging back across. He's going to have to blink in a second. Stormstormer's going to jump in aggressively with the Remnant. He'll zip out just in time to dodge the stun. Actually, the stun, it follows through. It catches onto him. Stormstormer's got to back out of the fight as it's all getting very awkward here as OG are getting split up. Kadari gets taken out. OG, they just have to bail. We'll see Daze go for the TP out in the tree line. He'll make it out of there. The rest of OG, by the looks of it, able to escape. Stormstormer on the run. He's run out of steps, though. There's a snowball heading his way. He's got a dissimulate still to play with. TP, of course, in cooldown. He's just going to hide in the trees, but they found him. Omar knows that he's in there. Slides in, gets the punch up. Stormstormer, a dieback on him in this team fight.
Oh, Mixa making the plays, though.
Okay. Well,
that's Sumail. I mean, that's bigger.
That's a pretty big shot to find in that sort of situation. Obviously, overall, still not great. They're down 14k, 16k now with that Tormentor also going the way of Nigma Galaxy. Mixer trying his best, but things just falling apart massively around him. And Stormstormer, he's just got no money. I feel at this rate, maybe Shad invested his money in some sort of crazy scheme as well and lost it. Because where's the Void Spirit's dollar? He's got no cash.
He is broke. He is completely broke in this game. He's going to need an Axe pool at some point. That's his only hope to come back at this rate. I mean, I don't know how many of OG's games you've seen, but they have gone to this Void Spirit time and time again. It worked at the start. It has not worked recently.
Yeah.
And this is another game. It's just fallen completely flat. It had so much faith in it.
And last game, Stormstormer on the Monkey King, he looked insane.
Oh, he owned.
But this game, he is crumbling hard. Not having an easy time at all. 1-5-3. Very underfarmed.
It's got to be out the Death Prophet. Like, I think Mixa's OG's only hope at this point. The Alk can go in and do some work, but the DP is going to have to carry the heavy load here. Keep scaling, keep dealing the serious damage as Nigma Galaxy, they're all ramping up. Zarkborn's going to get scarier. This Beast can continue to get big items, BKB, and of course Sven, he's already level 25. Take the extra God Strike damage. He's got a Swift Blink. Insanely farmed. He's looking for Shad. Finds him, but no BKB pierce.
Out. And he's going to go for the TP, so Shad will make it out.
I mean, that's not a bad waste of Nigma Galaxy's time here if OG can try and make another play on their side of the map while they brought that Sven back. Maybe be something. Or Void Spirit's just dead again.
Oh no. Oh no. That's painful moments here for OG.
Dude, he's almost the lowest level in the game. Like, that is how far behind he is. Brutal stuff here. Let's see what Mixa can do. I mean, he finishes Shiva's. He's got a Pyrrhic Cloak. This DP can do some serious damage. Aegis out in 30. You're going to have to take a fight here if you're OG.
They're so close, Nigma Galaxy.
They actually rolled double Pyrrhic Cloak. That's something to look for if they can reflect damage into this Fen.
Oh! Chat's in. It's the stun onto the double and to Ghost. Ghost. That's the stun. Now, holding back with the disruption for now. Ghost will fall the once.
He used Satanic.
Can they do anything
and he
about
doesn't
this?
have BKB 2 seconds.
They get the stun fall up as well. They get the jump on him.
Oh
OG are holding.
No save could come out.
Galaxy back. We'll see what else they can find here. Omar, snowball off to the side, but the ghosts are hunting him down. This poison will find him. OG, they'll keep the game alive, Avery.
That was a big misplay by Ghost. He cannot use Satanic before he goes down and have the BKB in the backpack, because that BKB in the backpack does not come up for 2 seconds when you respawn, and you get instant remnant pulled. And there's no snowball save because Omar got silence. He got caught in the concoction on the blink and into the silence.
Yeah.
That's a big misplay from Nigma Galaxy there. Didn't even get the racks.
It's happened before. Sometimes Nigma Galaxy, when they're so close, they're actually farther than they've ever been. The lead, it can slip away.
It really
See
can.
if they're able to regain themselves. They still have the advantage, but yeah, a big loss there. As now OG gets the chance to get out on the map. We'll see here once again that unfortunate timing and usage that does sort of leave Ghost in this position where he just can't play his way out of it. Perfect remnant to catch him on the respawn. Leaves nothing to be done, even with that attempt from Tusk. The stun's there, no snowball save, no chance of getting Ghost out.
Even if he pops the BKB there, I think he still dies because he doesn't have Satanic to get back up. That was just a big overcommittal. And a big turnaround for OG as they buy some time and some life in this game. Feels like every time Stormer has died, they at least get something out of it. They have to find a way to keep scaling in this game. Triple Pyrrhic Cloak, in fact, on all 3 cores. I don't think I've ever seen that. That is an insane. That's an insane roll on the neutral items here, especially against this lineup that is a lineup that has to output the damage in these discrete intervals, right? Like they have to go in with the stuns with the Sven God Strength and do it. If you just stall it up with the cloak, you have a BKB or Satanic to work with, but that's it. Then you have to go against 3 of this item. It's brutal.
I mean, is the strat that you just like hold hands as the 3 of you, and then you just sort of say you want to stun and cleave the 3 of us? We got the Pyrrhic Cloak. You know, this might be the ultimate strat to just group up.
It does not go through BKB though, so.
Okay, well,
you can't jump in.
This strat
like,
might need a little bit of work.
Yeah, but hey, if his BKB is out, I actually don't think he can really go in that well on like full HP targets. You end up just chunking yourself. We saw this earlier in the qualifier
so much
too.
damage that you return. Yeah, so much.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, especially if you end up going a Daedalus here as your last item. We'll see what Ghost opts for. He's looking at Ags, which could be interesting. Not an item we see a lot.
No, not at all. On the Svens.
Well,
he's got part of the
mid.
course. And yeah, but it's happening in this game, you know. Stormer dies on the Void Spirit. You know, life goes on.
Yeah. Well,
No,
I mean, it only goes on so much. Like,
well, sure, yeah. But space created. He'll tell you in the middle. Maybe not
That's
space for this. Indeed, and maybe another one to add to it with the raw there on today's. Well, he was just creating space, but he created space for this. That's not great. There's 3 heroes dead. Nigma Galaxy, they're ready to start going down another lane.
God Strength is out, but this vent still hits hard enough. You can absolutely just go down mid, take a Rax, go top, take another Rax. Nigma Galaxy, they're doing it right now. They want this TI berth. They've not had it in a long time. They might just get it here as if OG can't scramble up something. They need another miraculous hold.
Yeah. They should be able to have at least one more fight in the Moji. Fortification comes out. Stormer's going to be back in the game, but yeah, 40 seconds without Mixer, unless he wants to commit the buyback, but unlikely to do so as they'll just let this mid-rax fall. Stormer's in with the jump. Now get the grab there. He's going to come in with the buyback now. Shouts in with the stun on towards Omar. The BKB pop by Ghost as he'll start to retreat. Jumping aggressively from Mixer with the Exorcism to try and push back Nigma Galaxy. Can they get any kills out of this? The BKB and the roll from Noob to give him the safety to TP out. He'll escape. Daze will get caught at the side by Ghost. But can they close the gap on the Sven? Ghost, he's going to have blink up. He's more than fine. He's able to get out of this. And in fact, Shad's getting caught by the Hex. They're in with the punch.
They're going back
Shad's in trouble. They're
Ghost is here.
Controlling Shad. Shad's going to try and stand his ground, but Mixer's dead for 110 seconds. It's a dieback on him. The buyback will come out from Kadaro. But Shad's got to be careful. With the BKB and Chemical Rage on cooldown, Discord.
Oh.
Got a little bit of a pause.
I mean, at least it's a fairly good time to pause because both teams are backing up.
They're backing off.
It didn't happen in the middle of the fight, so at least nothing crazy bad will happen out of this.
Yeah.
But that's triple buyback from OG.
Yeah, that's a lot.
They got nothing out of it. They can't kill a single hero.
No route.
Too much HP.
No route to where? What's going on?
I talk about the Enchantress route, saying you don't have it, don't root me.
Oh. Wow. Okay. It sounds like they're having an issue at the moment with the communication software. Hopefully they're able to resolve that.
You got to make you make sure the comms are up when you win so you can properly celebrate, That's what's going on here.
They're on the verge
they're
of
going
it.
to close this out. I mean, this is the closest Nigma Galaxy has been to TI in, 3 or 4 years now? Like, this is...
Oh, okay,
is it longer?
Well, I mean, Cap said at the start, right, that was it 6 years he was mentioning? Since
Kuroki and
Well, I mean,
GH,
yeah. It's been a while.
It's been a long time. There's a stomp on the Alk. Still some God Strength.
Oh my my goodness, that blink. Whew, he gets out just in time there, Shad. He looked very dead, but was able to blink out just at the same time the Ghost jumped on it. That was nearly game over.
That might have been it right there. It does have buyback on the Alk at least, but you're just not getting any items here. You're not scaling. You're not finding more ways to take these fights. This is Nigma Galaxy's game to win right now as they go into the Roche pit. That's a refresher shard Roche. Some really good heroes to give it to here, including Ghost if he wants it. You take the Aegis, you backpack that shard. That feels real good here. Don't have to buy your own refresher. You can just eat that Ags you were purchasing too.
They're going to get this, no problem. OG can't step out anywhere close to the Roshan whilst they have Mixer dead.
He's going to gobble them both. I mean, this Sven is completely out of control now. He's going to have 2 God Strength, 2 BKB, 2 Satanic. He's going to devour an entire Ags right here, too. He can use the slots properly. There you go. I mean, this guy's like 8 slotted right now. He's 16-1. What a performance. OG try and make something happen. You got to find a good angle, get the back line, and ignore this Sven. You cannot go on him at all costs. You got to find Arc Warden, Elder Titan, Tuskar. That's it.
This could be it for OG. The final chance to make a move. If this doesn't go well, the hopes and dreams of getting to this year's TI will be shattered. Nigma Galaxy on with the push. OG, who can they find with this wraparound? Storm's going to jump in. Wants to jump back out. Noob looking for his target. Not going to be able to find it straight away. Goes. He'll find Kadaro. Slowly trying to kill this Enchantress. Will be able to bring Kadaro down. Goes for the BKB. He's now ready to go for more. He's got his eyes on Stormstormer. Stormstormer is able to get the dissimulate off in time, so will manage to jump away. Shad tries to turn towards Noob, but with the rest of the BKB, Shad has to run. He's going to try and get back in now with the concoction. A bit of the silence into the concoction, out onto Noob, but the Hex is out onto Stormstormer. Stormstormer's out. He'll buy back, but both supports are out for good. They do finish off Noob, but he has the buyback available. Shad will fall. No buyback available on him. They're ready to keep this push going down the bottom lane. They'll take out Mixer one more time. And there it is. GG's called. Nigma Galaxy are going to TI.
They have finally done it. Oh, and after such a long drought, so many times being close.